Welcome to the Brain Worm Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the web serial Worm by Wildable, also known as J.C. McRae. Today we're recording Arc 6, which I don't even remember the name of, but it's going to be on your screen. My name is Amy
Tangle.
Worrell. Sorry?
Tangle is the name of the arc.
Oh yeah, Tangle. I thought you were saying Tangle, and I was like, wait, no, wrong podcast.
I
It's
see
not
that.
Monster Girl Mondays.
Great start.
Yes. Anyway, my name is Amy Worrell. I'm also a web serial author, which is kind of the interest I have here. You can find my stuff at thedeathless.net or by just looking The Deathless on Royal Road. It's an isekai story, it's fantasy, it's dark. People have told me it's good, so check that out. And with me today, as you might have noticed, we have a full house. But let's start with the usual suspect, my dear Alfred. Yakuman, who are you and what are you doing here?
My name is Yakuman. I have never read one, and I will never read one. And this sucks. This improv shit. I do a podcast as well. Monster Go Mondays. It has a schedule. It comes out every week. Probably be like this week, but that doesn't matter. My co-host, as usual, is Alan Horai. Introduce yourself, Alan.
Hello. It's me, I'm Alan Horai. I'm a comic artist. I do a webcomic called HARPY Story. You can find it on harpystory.thecomicseries.com. And it's cute about monster girls and stuff. And I also do the Monster Girl podcast with Yakuman, and now I'm doing The Worm.
Hallo, ich bin Chroma und jetzt ist Wurmzeit.
I forgot you were doing that bit.
I didn't. I had no idea
How
you were
could
doing
you?
this bit. Like
Yeah.
Yakuman said that in the next episode is going to be late, but by the time this comes out, nobody's gonna have any idea what you're talking about.
No. I will make amends. I will right
Yes.
this wrongdoing, I promise.
Yes. Hello, I'm Chroma. I'm here too. The bit is that I introduce myself and say it's worm time in a different language every episode because I'm annoying. I'm also very
Portuguese,
sleep
yeah.
deprived. I'll get to Portuguese eventually, I'm sure.
All right.
Nobody's gonna ask why I picked German for this episode. Okay.
Why did you pick German for this episode?
Because the halberd as a weapon was originated in what eventually became in the German-speaking parts of Europe, and we're going to be seeing a lot of halberd this arc.
That we will.
I mean, lowercase halberd or uppercase halberd?
Like lowercase, like the weapon,
Okay.
the medieval
And on
weapon
the-
that not the halberd, but halberds in general. Anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway,
full house. All the free.
Full
Like the
house.
event, like
For the first time ever.
Yeah.
First time we all talked together.
Yeah, we have a full house, including half a Chroma.
that's more than enough. Not sure I
Yeah.
can handle a whole chroma.
Nobody really can.
Yeah, I'm gonna claim John Stamos. Which full house are you people?
I have absolutely no idea about
You think I
any
know
Full House
anything about
character.
Full House?
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's like a reality
Oh, it's
show.
a-
No, it's like a
No.
sitcom.
A sitcom. It's a
Yeah.
sitcom from the 90s, and it's like okay, and they had like these two twins. They were the Olsen twins, and they got famous too early, and now they're like really fucking weird. But that's
Okay, fine. I'm the twins. I'm both of them, but only one of them right now. Because I'm half.
yeah.
What if
people
Worm
only know
was a
like,
sitcom from the 90s?
You're saying it's not
everywhere
already?
Everywhere you go, there's a worm, there's a bug inside you.
sounds horrible.
Well, there's definitely some in my brains.
Oh, here's how we are going to do this, because Ellen has caught up to the reading of Worm,
She sure has.
but
Very admirable.
but she has only shared her thoughts with us. So if throughout the recording there's everything, like at any point there's something you want to say about previous arcs, you are allowed to, but I will not just say, okay, Ellen, what do you think about arcs 1
No.
through 5? Like, that is
Yeah.
not happening.
No,
Yeah,
That's a
like
terrible idea.
I promise Yakuma would not talk about Arc 1 again. No.
You
I-
can comment on
You
it.
see, well, it was 5 minutes to 12, and all I could think was an hour is too long to lunch for lunch.
That is true. Well, I guess to sum up the situation, so just like Yakuma, I never read Worm before. Like you might
Yeah.
know that I did a silly tier list, which had some mistakes, but not many. And yeah, I started reading Worm after that. Arc 1, trash. Arc 2,
Yeah, it
trash.
sucks.
Arc 3, Arc 4 is okay. Arc 5, actually pretty good. And Arc 6, well, this is where we're now.
Yeah. And I
Oh,
was not
what
here
is
for the Arc
happening?
5 episode.
I was picking up the phone. I was picking up the
No,
fan
it
again.
sounds like you're in a jet engine.
No!
That's not a computer fan.
God
There's
damn
no
it.
way.
She awakened her trigger
I was
event.
gonna fucking
Corona
cry.
Polentia.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna switch to my phone.
Wait, is that actually
Hopefully.
your computer fan?
Yes.
How is that possible? What?
Sounds like a fucking traffic.
Yeah.
Well, part of it is bad internet. Part of it is that the microphone is right next to the fan. Because this is a terrible, terrible laptop.
Oh. That wasn't engineered by a tinker.
I want to strangle whoever designed this thing.
What brand of laptop are you talking about?
Well, it's a MacBook, so I think I have a lot of people to blame here.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately, Steve Jobs is beyond my reach.
Can I read the summary then?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Chapter 6.1. The villains of Brockton Bay have been attacking ABB bases every day. With Lung out of the picture and other parahumans defeated, that left behind only thugs, a lot of them unarmed, who are still fighting due to the threat of Bakuda's bombs inside them. At the end of one of these raids, Guru invites Skitter to come to his house, saying he's going to receive a visit to check his house situation for the matter of becoming his sister's guardian. Tattletale teases Skitter about it. While escaping the scene, they talk about the current situation, with the villains and the heroes plus the military all fight the ABB at the same time. Taylor talks about how it's a learning experience. Lisa shares her doubts about the travelers, since she doesn't know why they are in the city, but is worried about their powers. Trickster can switch the place of objects of similar mass, including people. Genesis can summon creatures to fight for her while she is hidden and safe. Sundancer has a miniature sun. Ballistic can send heavy objects flying with a touch. Taylor calls her dad, saying she's not going home again and lying about going to school. She has not gone home or seen her dad since the meeting with the school staff. First things first, I think Yakuman said this chapter sucks? Or was
He
it?
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did say
Why
it
does
sucked.
it suck?
I remember just kind of like it because like Arc 5 sort of you see like Arc 5 sort of like improves quite a bit of its like writing and stuff, and like it's where like it's all nice and condensed. It's all like it flows well. It's like a decently told story, and I'm like, yeah, this is like good. And Arc 6 kind of goes back it takes a couple steps back. It's back to just being like not at all fun or interesting to read. It's like I felt it like kind of like immediately. I didn't write any fucking notes for any of these, so I don't know where I felt it. But I remember feeling a distinct feeling of like, oh man, this like sucks again. This like
Chapter 1 of
this
this
like
arc is kind of nothing. Yeah.
this takes too long. This is like wordy. This is
Yeah.
for like
Mhm.
what is not interesting.
It's like, ooh, here's Gregor the snail and Spitfire.
Spitfire, who
Yeah, I mean,
actually spits fire, which is
She does
funny.
in fact fire. And Gregor
Is a
The
snail.
spews.
snail. Yeah.
He spews.
The Gregor the
He's a
snail
good
is
boy.
based. We all love the
He
snail.
is.
Yeah.
We do love Gregor.
Is there any fan fiction about Gregor and Greg meeting?
Oh boy.
I haven't found any yet.
That seems like such an obvious thing. Greg and Gregor, the dynamic duo.
Well,
Like Dumb and Dumber, but Greg and Gregor.
you'll see, Alan, for something to be obvious for Worm fanfic writers, they have to read Worm. And I have
That's
been
true.
told they do not, so that's
Yet
probably why.
by me, a shocking number of people, like a shocking amount of the people who write Worm fanfic have not actually read Worm.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. It's very
Horrifying.
strange, but I'm not gonna try to wrap my head around
Generally
those
avoid.
people.
I generally avoid that side of the fandom, just because, like, why would I want to read that?
I mean, it would make it would make like an interesting idea to just like pick a story and like write just fan fiction without having read it. But I don't
Yeah.
think, I don't think it'd be good or like funny. It's a better
like-
idea than it is like an actual like fucking.
There is enough Worm
project.
fanfic out there to keep me busy until the end of time. I don't need to go that low, quite frankly.
I don't know. I
Makes
think you've
sense.
kind of set the bar low for yourself anyway. If you're
Yeah.
reading
I mean,
Worm fiction.
Yeah, but I mean, there's depths to which even I refuse to sink.
Now, regarding the chapter, I do agree with Yakuman's sentiment because, of course, we are the brains of the operation, so
Are you though?
yes.
Yes. That
The-
is, yeah, we're the two brains, you're the two worms. I think that was established.
It only makes sense.
I mean,
Early
I'm
on.
definitely the worm right now, but I have a severe handicap coming into this. So I think that's a little, my true power level is not on display right now.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, look, I'm working at like maybe 30% capacity right now.
Damn. Yeah, like Arc 5, my opinion in general of Worm's prose, to try and sum it up, I always thought the prose, it suffered from a tendency of Wild Bow to pretty much just write huge paragraphs all the time and not really understand how to pace a situation. That was my biggest problem with Worm for the longest time. Arc 5 kind of fixed that like in a really interesting way. Like the only Lee fight, especially, he really started using a lot more compact paragraphs to convey the feeling of this fast-paced fight against this enemy that's teleporting all over the place. You can't pin him down. And that was really awesome. It made me feel engaged with the fight. And here in Arc 6, there are times where it definitely feels like he kind of went back a little bit to using big, huge paragraphs. And it's not
Say
that
nothing.
much of a problem with the slice of life sections, but I feel the problem is that he kind of goes a little too long about details that don't really matter.
Interesting happening in this chapter is the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a lot of words for very little happening.
It's like, okay, here's like literally like everything you get from this chapter. Bakura still hasn't been brought in quite yet. Taylor is planless. She has no plans. That's about it. They're gonna
Oh yeah, and
invite
we
a
start
brother
to see
put furniture together.
we start to see the whole like Tattletale Lisa like going
kind
way too
together.
into the whole like, oh you two all lovey dovey, oh you two should date, you two should kiss, and it's like really fucking annoying. Like
Yeah,
it's like her most so far her like most unlikable trait has been like this fucking pushing the two of them together like on like an obnoxious like constantly like it's not just like a one or two lines, it's like fucking fucking multiple paragraphs where like everything she says is annoying, and I'm just like, man, you gotta like know the difference between like teasing and like being fucking obnoxious
look,
about this.
I do not care about any hypothetical relationship between Taylor and Brian, quite frankly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
one must
Has come
quote.
with the story all the way through and has read a truly brain-destroying amount of fanfic of it. I could not possibly care less about a relationship between these two.
Yeah, one must quote Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus. Yeah, that's what everybody wants. A straight couple.
Uh, there's so much. Oh god. Wildbow, I think, to this day insists that Taylor is completely straight.
He
A thing
does insist on that.
I do not believe that for a fucking second, quite
Yeah,
frankly.
that's just wrong.
Like hell, like the 510, like the last non-interlude chapter of last arc had like such a gay ass moment between Taylor and Rachel.
Yeah, that was
Like
cool.
the whole on the beach. Like what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that, Wildbow?
Just gals
It-
being gals.
yeah, she
Like
just like held her face to look at the mark on her neck.
holds her and Taylor's like and like Taylor's immediate thought is wait, is she gonna kiss me? What? And it's like I don't know. I feel like maybe I think maybe the wild bow doth protest too much.
Definitely does. So, Amy, what do you think about this chapter?
I do think that this is a weaker chapter overall because it has a like a specific list of information it wants to give you, and it just blitzes through them. Like, let me tell you about what's going on with the EBB, what's going on with Bakuda, what's going on with the heroes. Oh yeah, here are what we know of the traveler's power. Oh, do you want to come to my house, set up some furniture? Oh, Dad, I'm coming home
Yeah.
later tonight. It just tells you everything.
Clumsy exposition, like a few days of a time skip. This is nothing. This is a
Yeah.
nothing chapter.
There
Yeah.
are a few things that I find funny about this chapter too. First of all, Taylor steals a guy's katana. This never comes up again for the rest of the arc, but it is very funny and in character that this dork ass would just steal a katana.
It's like, what was the point of this?
Yeah, I thought, okay, she's gonna use a katana from now on, right? No.
Pointed out in the comments, like,
What happened
hold
with
on.
the katana? That's what I'm
Yeah.
asking Wildbow when we interview him. Where did she leave the katana?
Got it. Wait,
Freaking katana.
hold on. There's
The other thing I find funny.
to me. Taylor's got a trophy katana now. It's mentioned she picked it up, but not what she did with it after that.
No, she just
Wild-
walks
Wild-
around with it in
One
hand.
replies with in any event, her intent was more to ensure the guy was disarmed of anything he could use as a weapon than to take a trophy. But the katana does show up a little later. No, the fuck it does not.
It
No,
doesn't?
the fuck it does not. Unless there's something in the next arc I'm forgetting about where it comes up like once.
I wouldn't remember.
I completely forgot
I
about
will
it.
pay attention to that.
Well, to be clear, I don't think the fact that the goddamn katana isn't mentioned is an issue. I just think it's really funny that if you Control F this chapter, the word katana comes up in every paragraph for 6 paragraphs in a row, and then it's just not there. So it is funny. I don't think it matters, but it is pretty funny.
It is.
Well, this is completely irrelevant to the story of Worm, but it is very funny that this katana is never mentioned again, despite Wildbow going, yeah, it'll show up again a little later.
You show up alongside with Taylor's heterosexuality, if you know what I mean.
That's what the katana stands for.
You're so right. Yeah,
So
she's actually. It's actually an invisible katana. She's carrying it with her for the rest of this arc.
Yeah, the other thing I find really funny about this chapter is the following paragraph when she's talking with Brian, and he goes, "Why don't you come over to my place? I suppose you have a group meeting to discuss progress and whatever for this online class I'm taking. But I've also got my sister's caseworker stopping by to check out my apartment in the afternoon. I was hoping to buy some furniture and get it put together by then, but I'm tight on time, and it'll be a hell of a lot easier with 2 people," he told me. And that was a rambling explanation, and I feel like you could amend that to most paragraphs in Worm, and it would work out.
It's like you haven't even bought the furniture yet, dude. I'm sorry, you're not buying and putting together a whole bunch of furniture in like 2 hours.
No.
Well,
or even like 3 or 4 hours.
No,
like frankly.
He does say later that the caseworker comes by like several hours earlier than appointed. Still dumb, but no,
like right. Taylor showed up at like 11 something, and like I don't think the caseworker would have been scheduled to show up later than like 4:30.
Well, they do say later. I just don't remember the time.
Yeah, they say in like next chapter that we'll get like the timetable.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But,
about the pros, mainly what Ellen and Diakoman said. Were those comments about the pros and the long paragraphs? Are you talking about this chapter in particular, or Arc 6 in general?
Arc 6 in general.
Though
I felt like, I don't know, there were like certain ones here that were like rambly.
I mean, I feel like once we get into the meat of the arc, it's less of a problem. Especially because things are actually fucking happening.
There is one moment where I think the long-winded prose actually works in its favor, but we'll get to it.
Yeah.
A lot of times it is just very cumbersome, and like here in the same chapter we have Lisa commented, "It was like I was telling you, Taylor, someone breaks those unspoken rules, the community protects the status quo. As villains make truce with the local authorities, we actually work together, in a way, with the cops, capes, and military holding the line during the day and taking down any ABB members who stick their heads up, while us villains do the nitty-gritty stuff. In this case, it's probably more blatant an invoking of that than any example I can think of. Guess we can thank Kyle for that." And that was a rambling explanation.
Yeah. It's also like everything she just explained there, we pretty much already got in the previous arc. Like, there's no reason for her to explain this all again.
Yeah.
We already know this.
It's a strange chapter, like it's not very good.
It's this chapter is pointless. This chapter is pointless.
If she kept the katana, it would be pointful.
Well, it'd be a bit pointier.
That's
it would have a point.
Yeah. Just, you know. And yeah. She's lying to her dad. That's That's what matters here. That's the important part of this chapter.
Yeah, I mean, I think
that is true.
I think it's kind of the best part is that this sort of comes back and has consequences later on. That's like the best part of this chapter.
And I mean, like,
for
the
sure.
whole explanation of the Traveler's powers is because they're going to show up later in the arc.
Yeah, the thing is
Yeah.
that like all of the information that is given in this chapter wraps back around by the end of this arc. Like,
Yeah, it's just
the
this
issue.
is done very clumsily.
Yeah, the issue is just that like there's nothing going on but that. Like it doesn't
just
feel as if this chapter was meant to be here.
I mean, like, you could have this. You could have Lisa divulging this power information in the next chapter, and it would change nothing.
Yeah, or it could
Like, there's
probably
no
just be like this chapter and the next could probably just be one chapter.
It could have been one chapter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying here. Really, this chapter doesn't need to exist. We could have just gone right into the next chapter.
Yeah, you know, we have solved that. A little bit of editing.
Yeah,
but
Curse of the Web Serial.
Precisely, Curse of the Web Serial.
I don't even need to explain what I mean by that. It's the Curse of the Web Serial.
Also, this is not that different from like the Curse of manga. Like everything that has a weekly publication, there are these multiple like moments where something feels like kind of trivial and lasting for a lot longer than it needed to be, or being introduced later because clearly it wasn't there from the beginning. Like it happens with serialized fiction.
No, One Piece was figured out step by step, chapter by chapter, like back in like
planned
the 90s.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like saying
Every
that.
gear,
Saying that the way people talk about in the internet kind of like showcases that they're not really paying attention, because what is impressive about One Piece's writing is precisely the fact that Oda is so good at like tangling new things in. So you are completely missing the point by thinking it was all planned out from the beginning, even though he has explicitly said that is not the case multiple times.
And I will continue to not watch or read it, and almost certainly.
I'll get into One Piece one of these days. I think like attempt 4 or attempt 5. Eventually that'll be, if something will click and I'll be like, you know what, One Piece. It'll be like good. I'll be like really into it.
Let's do our One Piece podcast.
Yeah, we have to do something about this too, Alan.
Yeah. You decide who's the one and who's the piece.
Look, you can make me read One Piece, or you can make me read Malazan.
Fuck.
Pick one.
Damn.
How do you think on that?
We're both One Piece one eye and Malazan the other.
I have to figure out which one I'd rather read.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make one of you read One Piece and the other Malazan.
That's fair.
I mean, like, people will definitely, like, be there for, like, a One Piece podcast. That has, like, an audience, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not really interested in rereading One Piece currently, so leave that for the future.
Yeah.
I'm not seeking
anything more to talk about 6-1?
To actually read One Piece.
I'm pretty sure there is. I'm surprised we had that much to say about 6.1.
I mean, we were mostly bragging. Mostly just bragging on how boring and nothing it is, and talking about literally anything else. Yeah.
Should I move to 6.2 then?
Yeah.
Next chapter.
Well, take it away, Amy.
6.2. Taylor wakes up 2 to 3 hours before the Undersiders, giving her some time to chill by herself without any adult supervision. She checks the news.
She's a morning.
She checks the news on the city. You have to let me finish reading the summary. She checks the news on the city, mainly those about parahumans, and finds out that Lang wasn't captured after the previous fight. Brian messages Taylor asking if she wants to come to his place like how they had agreed to previously. Lisa talks about the potential relationship between them, about how she can't find herself wanting to be on a relationship for at least a few more years because her power gets in the way, and helps Taylor picks out her clothes. She goes to Brian's place and pays a lot of attention to his body, blaming it on Lisa. Plus, she finally starts asking herself if she's getting pulled too deep, and sets up a sort of vague deadline to leave the Undersiders.
Finally,
Okay,
you're robbing a bank.
let's talk about Lisa's power-induced squick. Wildbow has said that Lisa would be straight if not for her power. This is bullshit.
That's not
Wait.
how sexualities work.
Wait, precisely how did he phrase that?
That's like almost exactly how he said it. If not for the power-induced TMI about everyone, and like, right, and I think he might have said something about like it would give her too much information during the act.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that means what you think it means.
I mean, like, the thing he said is like, if not for the issues caused by her power, she would be straight. That's what he said.
That sounds like someone who does not have a lot of experience with queer people.
Yeah.
Which is something that, like, although what I mean by this is,
I don't have trouble believing that Wildbow did not have a lot of experience with queer people at this point in his career.
Yeah, we need the handshake meme with like Wildbow, Kenko Cross, knowing nothing about LGBT
oh
people.
no, Wildbow is above and beyond Kenko Cross when it comes to this.
So,
I mean, I think the difference between Wildbow and Kenko Cross is that like Wildbow, he didn't know any queer people until he wrote Worm, and then he knew all the queer people in the fucking world. It was a
True.
fandom.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, fucking Kenko Cross, it's like every single one of his fans is all disgusting, gross, fucking creatures of the night, swamp dwellers such as myself.
there's also like, people make a lot of hay about, yeah, it's kind of not great how, the Empire is portrayed as like, they're very polite and this and that, and the merchants are fucking, it's like, people make a lot of hay about that, and there's some. Wildbow has, in retrospect, gone like, yeah, I could have handled this a lot better. There was some pretty racist shit in there, but like, at least he's grown as a person.
It is what it is.
I believe if he went back and rewrote Worm, he would be a lot less stupid about some of this stuff. Unfortunately.
Fortunately, he does not have the power of Reverse Flash to go back in time.
Does not.
No. I mean, I
But yeah.
think going back in time is a power that would change your sexuality, probably. You know,
Oh yeah.
you just run so fast, and you go back in time, and then like all of a sudden you're like touching your rival's cock as he's like trying to talk to a girl. It's like that just stuff happens. That just happens.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
It's
Who
like,
has
look,
never been in that situation?
it's like, look, I've seen people write Lisa as asexual, regardless of power bullshit, with maybe some homoromanticism in there. I've seen people just go, yeah, she's gay. These both make infinitely more sense than her being straight,
Yeah.
given what we actually see her say and do in Worm. Like, even just so far.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That what I think Wildbow meant, because considering a particular later conversation, and by later I mean like on one of the very last arcs,
Oh my god!
I'm pretty sure Lisa is ace, and like it's not to say that her sexuality exists because of her power, but she does have a pretty good reason why it gets in the way.
Oh yeah, no.
I
He did say at one point, like, word of God, if not for her power getting in the way, she would be straight.
But like that
He
doesn't
did
make any
say that
sense
at one point. He did
because
say
like the whole thing we learn in this chapter is that fucking like she doesn't like go in relationships because her power lets her see the bad side of everyone. But like
Quite frank.
women also have a bad side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not just man.
That's why I say I haven't read the quote, and I am being lenient towards him because of what I know about the story. But I think that what he's saying there is that she is ace, but she would have relationships with men if without her power. Not that she would be straight. I just think he's bad at queerness.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
makes a lot more sense.
Because it's like, you know, it's like times when
he said that is the word he used.
yeah,
Well,
it's like sometimes when like you're having like sex and stuff, and you have to like sneakily like let out a little fart and stuff, and like they don't know, but Lisa
Yeah.
wouldn't know. And
But-
so I'd imagine she'd find me gross.
Let's consider
So
the
I can
fact
accept.
that as we established, though you three seem to be more critical of it at this point, as we established, there is an issue with form and the way it phrases things sometimes. So perhaps that is just us seeing it in the Word of God as well, because they are written by the same person.
There's really no room for interpretation in that one.
We need to find the original quote.
But I'm thinking about what's in the text and a later conversation where Lisa talks about it. I just don't think it makes sense to discuss it on 6.2.
Yeah, well, I'll find the quote between now and then. I'll find it. I'll fucking dig it up. Oh, I'm gonna have to go through so many Space Battles threads.
It's
boy.
probably like on the wiki or something. Probably on Lisa's page on the
Probably,
wiki.
there's probably a link to it somewhere. But I know it was a Space Battles post. I know, like I've seen the post.
Oh,
I've been to the original thread where he posted that.
I'm sorry for you.
Because someone asked, like I've seen the post. I just don't remember the exact sentence he said. Anyway, let's move on from this.
Yeah, like regarding 6.2, I don't have a whole lot to say because so much shit happens this arc that the earlier chapters just kind of blurred in my mind. There is one thing that I took note of, which is the fact that at one point Lazy Town is playing on the TV with the pirate song, and Lisa changes it, and I think that is very wrong.
I didn't know that was Lazy Town.
Yeah, the pink girl like singing about pirates.
You're right. Fuck me.
You don't switch from the Lazy Town pirate song after the song is over, maybe, but not during the song.
Yeah, I think it's been confirmed that Ellen's the brain of this episode. Like that, you just want it. Fucking, I didn't figure that out either. I was thinking like, that's like very specific. I was thinking that was like very specific. Like, what is that supposed to be a reference to? But I was thinking it was animated.
Don't worry. In the next few chapters, I'm going to get very mad about the usage of the word stone.
Well, I'll gladly take my brain title.
Yeah, there is a shift that happens throughout this arc where the second half of it is written in a very different way to the first half.
Yeah.
And
It's
like I've been saying since the beginning that after a couple arcs, Wild Bow falls into a style and a rhythm that becomes like how every arc is structured. And that very clearly starts taking shape here on this arc, which is to have less chapters, but chapters be very long, not like super long, but much longer than they were at the start.
Yeah.
And it's odd that like 6.1, 6.2, and I think 6.3 are like very short and focused on this one thing. And the fact that it changes throughout an arc instead of between an arc and another kind of like creates this effect that we are complaining about, where the early part of it feels so weird.
It feels like a completely different arc. Like I want to say the first 3 chapters, because I think it's 6.4 where they start talking about the job.
Yeah.
Like the first 3 chapters just feel completely unrelated.
Before I had the school chapters, so it's no stranger to bouncing from like more slice of life stuff to action stuff. It's definitely a lot more noticeable here because it's so much.
Yeah, and it's not just the subject matter of the chapter. It is the way it's written, the way it's spaced, how long it is compared to the later chapters, which either significantly better and significantly longer.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where the big change in style starts happening. And I think it takes another couple arcs to fully like crystallize.
Yeah, I definitely did not remember it being here. That surprised me.
Yeah. But once it crystallizes, that's pretty like once we get to that point in a couple arcs, you pretty much get it's a lot more fluid. It's a lot less clunky. It's yeah. He he gets into a groove relatively soon.
Especially what I noticed in the later chapters of this arc is that the prose starts getting a lot more interesting. There's a lot more description of like feelings and like physical feelings of things, and not just like cataloging of ideas. And like
it's not like this happened. It was it's
Yeah.
I saw this, I felt this, I heard this, I this.
See, that was one of my biggest problems with the prose of Worm before. I feel that Taylor post-concussion can describe things in a bit more of an interesting way. I don't know if Wild Bow was actually taking the skills of her having a concussion to do that, or if he's just subconsciously improving.
Happy coincidence, honestly.
Yeah, it's more him improving, because every time she talks about the concussion, there is a hint that she's lying about the concussion. That she's actually doing what she wants, and like kind of using the concussion as an excuse for it.
Yeah, because I remember in the previous arc, there's a point where she describes Neuter as he's knocking down some guys, and she's like, "Oh, he's like greased lightning," and I was like, "Is this the same character that was narrating before?" Because it's something she would never say before, but like that's good. Like she's actually describing things in a more interesting way.
She's fun now.
Yeah, so it definitely helps a lot.
I did forget how miserable it was to read her narration early on until we did.
That was by far my biggest problem in the early arcs.
What really surprised me is that, like, Wild Bow playing with the way characters think to write their chapters is very important for the story. And I was surprised to see there is none of that in like the first arcs. And that becomes like one of his main things going forward.
Yeah, like we're finally getting to the part where it starts feeling like Worm.
Yeah. No,
okay, so
this is
like
where
Worm
this is where Worm starts.
Okay.
Worm starts here.
I literally wrote at the end of my notes for chapter 9, I guess the real Worm starts now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, that is the best chapter so far.
It
is.
Far away, by miles.
Yes, I definitely agree.
And not just like on the quality of the writing, but some of it is in arc 5, but arcs 5 and 6, a lot of stuff that is very important for the overall story starts here. Like
story, very important for Taylor as a character.
Yeah.
Very important for this. We're getting into act like Worm proper now.
Yeah, arcs 1 to 4 feels like him, like trying prologue. Yeah, like an overly long prologue where he was trying to like find his footing, and there is a lot of stuff that he was like starting to spread around, like certain information and characters that are going to come back, but it felt like as if he didn't knew exactly how to do that as well as he can deal with those things individually when they come up. Like it feels like a clunky beginning, and okay, now we have all the pieces. I can start writing the way I actually can write.
Yeah, like the difference between like then and now, like the first 4 arcs and the going forward, is that when Taylor makes a mental note on another girl's huge tits, it's like, that's just because like Wild Bow is writing, but like now it's because she's gay.
You know what? That makes sense.
But yeah, it only took like 3 NaNoWriMos worth of as Ellen said, but we're it's finally getting good.
It only
Well,
took 3 NaNoWriMos.
Yeah, I think it's like 2.5. But while before it was like, obviously, I'm way more of a fan of this than I think you are, at least than Ellen is. But while before it was, oh, this interlude really stands out because of how much better written it is. Now, like, especially in the second half of Arc 6, it's like, oh, this chapter is good. Oh, this chapter is also good. Oh, this interlude is very good. It's like, oh, he has finally figured it out.
Yeah, a little
like-
bit. It's still stumbling a little
Well,
bit occasionally, but definitely getting there.
Arc 1 is mostly pretty nothing, but then you get the Danny interlude, and it's like, oh, I hate this guy, but in a very realistic way.
Wait, what?
No,
like
I love
that
this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
love Danny.
Danny is one of my favorite characters. It's him and Beach. They're my
Oh.
2 favorite characters.
Well, I know that Chroma dislikes both Danny and Beach, so that's interesting.
Well, that is in character.
I mean, bitch is mostly just anti-dog bias, if I'm being honest.
I mean, yeah, I don't
Oh,
care
it
so much
is.
about dogs either, but she's just cool.
Me and dogs don't get along, and you know, bitch is bitch. Like,
One more thing I had.
Like,
And one more
like,
thing I
she's
have
a-
to say about like chapter 2. That like I think the last thing I have to say about it is there is I can't find the paragraph right now, but there is a point where Taylor is describing her house, and she notes that it has a broken step near the entrance. And
Oh
I
my
think
God.
that sounds a bit symbolic for something. I didn't have enough time to think about it. I'd like to know what you all think about it.
I'm gonna let the others go first here, because my view of this is very influenced.
Well,
Let's.
I mean, we did talk about all the symbolism with how the house is like poor and thin walls and rundown and everything. It talks about communication. So the entrance of it being rotten, it's almost as if it doesn't feel like a house. Like there is something missing there. It's not inviting. And as she says later, like it's a house, but it doesn't feel like her home. So it being rotten is like there's something missing. It's not quite what it should be.
The relationship has been left to fester in its grave.
Yeah, and rotten implies that at some point it was different. It's not something like that has been constructed poorly. It's something that was lost.
Yeah, it's the very first step that's like rotten.
Back when Annette was alive, they had a relationship, but Taylor and Danny basically are not a family at this point. Right? There used to be something there, and the effort that would have to go in to fill in the gap left has just not been made.
Yeah, and also
neither of them is really putting in the effort.
Yeah, and also the fact that we often see her entering through the back door. So it's not even through the entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Now, of course, the front door with the rotten step represents her relationship with her father, but the back door represents her memories of her relationship with her mother. I say bullshitting.
I mean, that's analysis for you. If it makes sense, it is correct.
If you really want to bullshit, you can say, because it is mentioned in one of those early arcs that it's her mother who made sure she had access to a computer, and knew how to use it. So later in this arc, when she's like, I need to sit in front of my computer and sort out my thoughts, in a way.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that he's like skewed in some sense, because there is some talk about like how Taylor was influenced to read by Annette, and she thinks about Annette later. We get, I think, the first dialogue from Annette in this arc, but it's it's just a memory. So like words is a thing between them.
It's really funny, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I think we can talk more about this relationship once we get to that point.
Fine.
Any more thoughts about 6.3?
6.2.
Yeah.
2, sorry.
No, 6.3 is the best chapter of the arc.
6.3 is the furniture building, which
the furniture one. They're jumping straight into it.
Yeah, I understand why it's there. But let's we'll read the summary and then I'll talk about it. So
Yeah.
6.3.
Oh, wait, 6.2. Right, there is something I want to mention.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there's Taylor sees a newspaper with right, the Undersiders are on the front page, right, with the
Oh, yeah.
headline villain stepping in. Funny, I never really noticed the bugs when they were around me in general, but seeing the picture, there was a good number. My silhouette wasn't as hard to make out as Gru was in his darkness, but it wasn't easy to make out in the cloud of bugs either. I had to keep that in mind. Maybe I could use it. She's starting to realize, this is the first time she notices that maybe she has a somewhat warped view of. I mean, she's not really noticing, is the thing. She's not internalizing it, but yeah, she looks very different from an outside perspective.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Right now she's just noticing it in a oh yeah, I am really hard to see in the cloud of bugs. Not in a, oh, I'm terrifying kind of way.
What if Gru and Skitter, they commit crimes together, and then he forms a cloud that forms one half of a heart, and then she uses the bugs to make the second half of the heart. That would be very.
Yeah,
cute and very corny.
I don't know whether I love it or hate it.
Hiro Mashima would write that.
No, there's not really any that's I mean, there's romance, I guess, but it's it's not really there either.
Hiro Mashima has this need that every character in his story has to end up with someone. He does this with every character, so that is something he would do.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we bring up Hiro Mashima quite a few times, but you wouldn't know that because the fucking episodes haven't come out. But we talk about Fairy Tail.
Out of all the people.
Oh, Fairy Tail.
Hiro Mashima.
Oh god.
Yeah. You'll see it in 2 weeks' time, I guess.
Until you said the title, I was blissfully living in a world where that show doesn't exist. I was
had to look up who he was.
Exist. Why did you have to remind me?
Yeah.
It's not even that much worse than Naruto or fucking Bleach.
I disagree. I think it's significantly worse.
I think Fairy Tail is better than Bleach.
I have not read Bleach.
I think we should talk about 6.3.
Oh yeah, speaking of reminding you of things, let me remind you of other things that are also long and unnecessarily long. Yeah, the amount of description of the furnitures, but let me get to it finally. So, 6.3. At Brian's place, Hin and Taylor start setting up furniture, a process that for some reason is very detailed. Brian's sister, Aisha, arrives with the case worker who is going to check his place. While he speaks with her, Aisha teases Taylor, making it clear she knows about the Undersiders, but Taylor pretends to not know what she is talking about. Aisha and the case worker leave after the checkup. Taylor receives a text from Lisa saying they have to come back and apologizing for interrupting Smoochfest, as she puts it. Through it all, Taylor is very aware of her growing attraction to Brian, which leads her to decide she has to leave the Undersiders in a week, not trusting herself for any longer than that. So, the furniture. Why is there a description of setting up the furniture? Because the description needs to be there for the effect of we touched hands, but it doesn't need to be there as much to have that effect.
Yeah, that's way too much furniture assembly.
Furniture and decoration is Brian is a middle-aged suburban father in the body of a 17-year-old.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. I think Taylor feels like a 15-year-old, and he feels too old, even though they're not that different in age. It does feel like this is he feels like he's fucking 28 from 31. And it's oh man, this is dope.
Brian gives the vibe of a guy who's really excited about doing taxes.
Brian unironically fucking plays golf and really likes watching golf.
He's just insanely psyched about homeownership.
He really likes to fish.
He does. I want him to be out there living his best dad life. But alas.
Brian tries to teach Aisha how to go hunting and stuff, but she just she's being a dumb kid, and is like, man, what's gone wrong with this generation? Back in my day.
Okay. Yeah, Aisha's dress sense is incredible, by the way. She is like, she's doing this deliberately. The most fuck you outfit she can put together.
Oh yeah, when fucking Aisha shows up and comes in, it's like Wildbow is really good at making me like hate people. And it's like really good. And like when she like flips him off, I just like sat there like exhaling for like fucking like minute, just like
Yeah.
Because I know
It's
how
like,
much fucking Brian cares, and I know how much Brian has like done and is like trying and stuff, and she's just such a bitch. She's such a bitch.
It's not even that. She's such a well done, like annoying, petulant teenager.
Brett.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Brett, so I think it's really fun.
Oh yeah, no, she's a very enjoyable character to read. But oh my god.
Like,
oh my god.
I can hear like Brian sighing the moment she steps through. I was like, oh fuck, this again.
Yeah, and like she spends this whole chapter like being like, I know you're a supervillain, I know you're a supervillain, I know you're a supervillain. And it's like, what are you trying to do here? You're just I know you're just being I know you're just doing this to be annoying.
To get a reaction, to know that she.
I mean, that's that's what she's
there are people in this world that do want you. They want you to yell at them. It is like an emotion. They want they don't realize it. They may not go to doing it, but like they do want you to yell at them.
That response. It's like I don't get any positive attention, so I might as well go for negative attention. It's it's the classic instinct, but more so.
Also, once again, Taylor making a mental note of another woman's like huge tits.
Yeah,
I would give an arm I would give an arm for those proportions.
This family has good genes.
Damn, this family has good genes.
How Aisha's breast is so funny. It's so funny.
Oh,
it's just like.
Oh yeah, I think you're talking about the Mercedes, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my first thought was that the girl who walked in was Brian's girlfriend. Then I saw, family resemblance. It's a sister. My second thought, or my second response, really, was hard to put into words. It's like you could look at a Mercedes and say that it was a beautiful work of art, even if you weren't someone who paid much attention to cars. Along similar lines, when you saw a Mercedes with a cheap flame decal pasted around the wheels and a tacky homemade spoiler stuck on the back, it was painful and disappointing on a fundamental level. That was what I felt looking at Aisha. And it's like, I mean, that's her goal. That's what she's trying to do. So, I mean, she's clearly succeeding. It's like
Brian would have like a 7-seater like SUV.
I will say though, like it is very good that this paragraph says it was hard to put into words, and that it actually struggles to put it into words. I think that's very good.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But I mean, I do that all the time, honestly. So, just in speech. So I feel that, honestly.
Yeah, I do remember having some problems with like the way Taylor describes certain characters in the beginning, but like it's like getting better. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure. That's such a good paragraph. It's such a funny paragraph. It has so much character.
Yeah.
It's such a good description of the vibe Aisha is giving here. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Just
post concussion Taylor, she can actually describe things.
It was as though she had gone out of her way to look trashy. Because logic is, better to be noticed for all the wrong reasons than not to be noticed at all.
Yeah, there's a bug pun later on in this chapter that I really fucking like as well, where Aisha is like, yeah, and I'm saying you are too. Why else would my brother be hanging out with you? And Taylor thinks, ouch, that stung. And I lose my shit at it.
Yeah, she started
Oh,
to
and
say a lot more like bug puns. I think
Yeah.
use the word bug
Yeah,
a lot more.
yeah,
It bugged
yeah.
me.
The bug.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it was like as I fucking mentioned like last episode. It's like subconscious, which is funny. It's like she
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
know she's doing it. Which, yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, wait.
Another
Yes.
thing actually is
Go ahead.
when Aisha refers to her as Ladybug and Gru, I was
Yes.
like for a second there, I was like, oh man, that's like a really good name. That's like way better. And then I remembered
Yeah.
that's a miraculous name. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
shit,
I thought of that too.
it's taken. Yeah,
I think
shit.
it's
I
like
was like,
I,
damn.
I think it was like one of the names. I think it was one of the names that either Taylor thought up or the Wards thought up for
Yeah.
her. But like she like or like it was like she didn't go for it because it sounded kind of lame, right? Like or like she thinks it
Wait,
sounds lame.
I mean, I like it because it's like a cute name. It's like a really cute
Yeah,
name. I would
cute,
like,
but like
yeah,
Yeah, it
but like
doesn't
she
really fit Taylor
I thought
too.
she's going for
Nah.
intimidating, right?
yeah,
Like even going out as a hero, she's trying to be intimidating. Obviously, the wards didn't want to call her Ladybug because she's a
yeah,
villain.
Yeah, we got
yeah.
bit by Ladybug. That doesn't sound good for the news.
We got
Yeah,
absolutely fucking rolled by this new cape, Ladybug.
Yeah, I immediately thought of like, oh, maybe I should steal that, and then I fucking like thought about it. It's like, oh wait, no, there's already a
Yeah, it's
ladybug
already been
in fucking
taken.
fiction, so sucks, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go on a fucking tirade right
Oh
now.
boy.
So in the last chapter, Taylor is describing the neighborhood, and she's like, "Okay, yeah, yeah. But where other cities might work to integrate this with the other buildings down, because she's talking about like all the Victorian and earlier houses mixed in with the downtown high rises. Very the past is fighting the present. It seemed like the city planner or developers had intended for the inclusion of tall stone or glass buildings to be jarring. Everything looked nice. Yeah. Brian's apartment is one of the modern ones, maybe 8 to 10 stories tall. It was mostly stone. Except that's not how that works. You don't build stone buildings that tall. Like not in the modern day concrete. It's concrete. Like like a couple chapters later, he uses stone and concrete to describe the same thing, to describe the same railing. And it's so like, please just, it's concrete. It's concrete. It's concrete.
Concrete roads.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And like, okay, I know concrete is like rock slurry,
But
like
it's not
reconstituted
stone.
rock slurry, but it's concrete. It's not. This building is not made of stone. It's concrete. Like, because like, okay. Also, part of the effect is like this apartment building is supposed to feel sterile, right? Taylor says it's like, yeah, it's like this. It's very new and everything feels just so, but it's very sterile. Concrete gives that vibe more than stone as a word. You think concrete, you think a tower block, like a dull, gray, dirty, dirt, like dingy tower block, right? That's just like it just looks like nothing. A stone building, at least me, I think of like fucking. I think more in the Victorian architecture that's also around here. I don't know why this pisses me off so much. It's just, it's just very, it's just like it's just that little bit of same that gets stuck in your swim trunks. It's ugh.
Yeah, it's just like a word choice that does not match the description, and you understand what it's going for.
And he keeps doing it. He keeps
Yeah.
doing it for 3 chapters, 3 straight chapters.
Yeah,
He
seems made
keeps
of concrete does make it a lot more easy to visualize.
like, what kind of stone? Yeah, exactly. What kind of stone am I supposed to be imagining here? Stone tells me nothing.
Yeah, stone, you imagine like you can see the scenes in between the stones. It's like saying
Yeah.
bricks. Like you imagine the array, the rows of bricks. But
Like,
stone
the
is like
arch over
solid.
the doorway.
I mean, concrete
but
is
then-
solid.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, concrete is a block. It's just a big block, right? Also, like the glass door in a stone building is that just feels weird. Just very. I mean, the whole like neighborhood is kind of weird.
because you have the old building and the new building. But like, this is the wrong kind of weird. This is the wrong kind of anachronistic.
Well, do you think that? Well, I'm looking at Google right now, and the Android version of Minecraft was released on October 2011. So he was probably just playing it at the time, and I think that made it into the worm.
Oh, imagine Machinima, like Worm fully recreated Minecraft.
Oh my, no, please, why?
Yes, that would be awesome. I want to see it.
I mean,
I don't even like Minecraft.
Some of the stuff in the later chapters makes me think Looney Tunes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, Velocity, of course.
Yes.
That whole sequence is so Looney Tunes.
Oh,
What if one Taylor ended up in the world of Minecraft and was like, "What the hell?" And then there was like the sheep and goes, "Bah." What if that?
Jack Black is there for some reason.
Every single character, all 5 of them, including Steve, is just one Taylor.
And Greg.
Yeah, and Greg.
Greg.
Yeah, Greg, Steve. Greg is Steve. I am Greg. Yeah, like that.
What I'm imagining right now is that like there is footage of heroes and of villains all around. So in Earthbed there are like YouTube poop videos just about the heroes and the villains. And now I'm going to have to imagine that in my head. Because you mentioned Looney Tunes.
That's Uber and Leet's whole audience, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Uber and Leet are basically already YouTube poops of themselves, if we're being honest. I mean, not really.
No,
they're a parody.
Uber and Elite are more. They're more like 4chaners than YouTube poop people.
Nah, I'd say Reddit.
Reddit. Yeah, Reddit is better than 4chan.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, more like the type of nerd that they are.
No, a better descriptor for them. Not that it's a better place.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, do we really?
Bad.
Is this really the conversation we want to be having?
No.
4chan.
The conversation we want to be having is 6.4. The Undersiders meeting their hideout when some news. Unless I have something to say, okay?
Yeah, I have like one last thing to point out about chapter 3, which is, Aisha's been like, I don't remember if it was Brian says that she might have powers because they're related. I can't help but notice that her name is not in the tier list. So I'm looking forward to know which of these people are her.
I can't wait.
It's also weird that she's not even tagged in the chapter, even as Aisha, even though she appears in the chapter. And so by process of elimination, you can figure out, oh, that's because we're not supposed to know the name.
Something's gonna happen.
See what happens? Yeah, what happens is that Rachel eventually dies, and then she like, here, I think you deserve this title more than me, and give the title bitch to Aisha.
It would fit.
That's why so many names were repeated. There are multiple characters who die and just pass on the title.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see the true victors.
No. God, this isn't fucking Watchmen.
Well, can we move on to 6.4 now?
Yeah, let's move on to a good chapter.
Yeah. 6.4. The Undersiders meet in their hideout when some news is coming in. The media is declaring the ABB dealt with, lending the credit to the Protectorate and the wards, while the supervillains immediately started making their plays as soon as the ABB was out of the picture, attacking different spots. The heroes and politicians of Brockton Bay are making an event to commemorate the victory, and as it turns out, the Undersiders' boss wants them to attack the place, not the plane, and shame them. Everyone excepting... I wrote plane, attack the plane. What plane?
I wonder if anything bad happens to a plane in this story.
No.
In the classic Ghibli tradition of bad things happening to aircraft, of course.
This is a Ghibli movie, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Continuing. Everyone except Lisa are immediately against it, thinking it's too dangerous and pointless, until Lisa says the price they've been offered for it, $250,000 each, plus moving up in the organization and meeting the boss, playing a part in his plans. Alec and Beach vote to take the job, mainly because of the money. Taylor also votes for it, thinking that She should take the opportunity to meet the boss so she can finally betray them. Now that she understands, she has to get out of it fast. With 4 votes to 1, Brian being the only one voting against, they start outlining a plan.
I don't have much to say about this chapter. The one thing I do have to say is that Beach going, if this chronic kid's gonna do this, I'm not backing down. I'll change my vote to. Is the kind of thing of why I love Beach so much.
Yeah, this is a high tier bitch moment. Like, she
So
is a very
good.
her. I simply do not vibe with her, unfortunately.
She does not pass the vibe check.
She just doesn't pass the vibe check, which is so sad.
She's just
Like,
cool.
I
I
would,
like her.
like,
Oh,
I would
also,
like the
you go, you go.
vibes, but they just don't for me. Like, I want to like her, but I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like neutral on bitch, honestly. He's like, yeah, she's like cool. She like does stuff. Yeah, I
I mean,
don't
there's
know.
one
Like,
particular
I
line
don't hate her.
later in the start that I love, but we'll get there.
She's definitely like, I think it's because like she stands out a lot more
She
compared to the other Undeciders. Like, she's like such like a distinct character that you are probably. She's
Yeah.
kind of like Marmite, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of like
I don't.
We have Lisa, who's mainly been like the sass master and
Yeah.
causing problems for everybody, and Taylor trying to make sure Lisa doesn't figure out that she's the mole that doesn't actually have a handler, so she's not really a mole, is she? Ah, well.
Kind of like how like you have like the Avengers, which are like all these superpowered people, and then you just have like fucking Hawkeye, who just like has a bow and arrow. And you're just kind of
Yeah.
like, huh, well, what the fuck's like this? That was like, you know, different, where it's like, what if there was like they're all Hawkeye, but one of them's the Hulk, and you're like, huh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the other Undersiders aren't really heavy hitters, right?
Hmm.
It, like,
Yeah, one
bitch
fucks
should
with your
bring in
nerves,
the
one makes
now.
you dark. Yeah, one's information, and it's like, yeah,
Like, information, uh, smoke grenade,
nerves.
haha, I make you trip,
Yeah.
and the one doing all the work.
Yeah, I really started liking Beach a lot more with Arc 5 because it focused a lot on her, and she just I just like how the whole concept of the character got incorporated. Because not only is she cool, but then at the end you get the reveal that like her power kind of makes her act and think like a dog.
Yeah,
So there's
it's
still human there. She's not fully a beast, but
it's a
it
really
explains why she acts the way that she does. Kind of always is confrontational because she doesn't understand context clues. She just sees things like a dog would, like something is threatening or not.
you smile at her with your teeth showing. That's a sign of aggression. She's
Yeah,
gonna punch you in the face.
She has that dog in her.
she
She doesn't
does.
that dog in her.
And I think she plays really well with Taylor because one thing that kind of bothered me about Worm is how a lot of times between Lisa being super infatuated with Taylor and Brian, also being like really into her, it kind of starts feeling a little bit visual novel with different
Yeah,
romantic
like
roots, and you're
Taylor's
Taylor.
parent.
And Bitch is the one that's like, no, she's confrontational from the beginning, but as the story goes, like even though she doesn't trust Taylor, she grows a little bit of a respect for her, and respect becomes mutual to some degree. And I
Tsundere.
just think it works a lot better. Like she's not.
Exactly. She's the tsundere.
Yeah,
All
she's
the dating sims need a
tsundere.
tsundere.
She's just cool. Like she doesn't just like Taylor for no reason. She actually takes a while for the two to have a good relationship, and I like that a lot more.
I mean, I'm not sure I'd really say Taylor and Brian have much of a relationship at this point.
No,
No,
no, it's like it like sucks. It's like the worst fucking.
No.
That's why that's why like maybe the whole making IKEA furniture fucking chapter would be better if it was like 2 two characters that weren't Taylor and Brian, but because it is Taylor and Brian, you're just like, I don't want to fucking know what Taylor thinks about accidentally touching his hand. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
One
Who gives a
funniest thing about this relationship is I don't think I've read a single fanfic pairing these two.
Really?
what, Brian and Taylor?
Yes.
Nobody
I don't
likes the
think
official couple, I guess.
one that really goes with that. But like that isn't like, like yes, like there are plenty of fics that are like, yes, this diverges from this point in canon. And like
Yeah.
some of those are like gonna do with that, but none that like, but like even a lot of those they just kind of ignore it. Like nobody cares about this ship. It's really funny. It's really funny how little the fandom cares.
Is there like a fan fiction where like Danny Brat corrects Emma sexually when she's 18? Is there the fan fiction like that?
Fucking probably, honestly, fucking probably.
Yeah.
I mean, like, like there's probably people actually genuinely shipping Taylor and Brian.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think
Mm,
I think there's more likely people are shipping like fucking Gregor and the Utah than Taylor
I can
and
see it.
Brian.
yeah, Monster Love.
Yeah,
We'll save
Monster
the
Love.
world.
Yeah.
Gregor's story.
Greg.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be called Snail Story
Snail
because
Story.
there's already
No.
a thing with that name.
Yeah, it's Gregor's story. The story about a guy named Gregor.
Yeah, he kisses his boyfriend who secretes drugs.
Yeah, but
That's
he's the
cool.
only one capable of taking it because of his
Yeah.
biology.
Man,
Yeah.
someone should write that down. It probably already exists.
I mean, that
Probably.
dynamic exists, but not between those two.
Oh, not even fanfic?
Probably
I mean,
not.
Damn.
I've definitely seen fanfic where people in universe write fanfic about that.
Oh.
about case about cape like about monster. There's a whole like section of fandom that's just about like there's a whole section of this fandom that's just about people in universe shipping Case 53's monster capes with each other, or like just really into the monster fuckers. There's a large
Yeah.
in-universe contingent of monster fuckers on PHO, according to fanon. And you know what? We're so right for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, something that stands out to me in 6.4 is that it's quite common to have a scene where a bunch of characters are talking about like their opinions on like one subject, and it shows that the author understands the different ways that each of them think, and there is like hinting at motivations because of what each of them says and how they decide to change their votes here. So I do like this chapter. I think it's pretty well structured when it comes to that.
Yep. Actually, there is one thing that annoys me a little bit. Okay. 6.1, 6.2, right? We see like, oh, I guess Lung got away, and now it's 6.4, and the ABB is done for.
Yeah.
So I guess they got off screen.
It's like they defeated him off screen. And
what was the point of having him get away?
I genuinely I remembered Lung being captured after the previous fight and then dealing with Bakuda out of screen.
Dude, that's what I remembered. Like, I completely forgot that he like got away after the fight.
Okay, I might have some thoughts on that. So
It's like
I did
guess
like
5 minutes after they took that photo or something.
yeah, like I did write down a little bit about that. That I think it's to show that the protector is kind of incompetent.
No, really?
Yeah,
The
like
Yeah.
You don't say.
yeah, like I think that might be the intent because, but Worm has this big theme of the systems being ineffective and Like when I read that, oh yeah, Lung got away, my first thought was like, man, this guy suck.
Like
You just
two
let
chapters
a
later, they got
blind guy who's like all drugged up get away. How? Then I
two
thought,
chapters
you know
later,
what?
they
It kind of
finally
makes
got him.
sense.
It's like 2 chapters later they've gotten him. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Guess that was nothing.
I think that
Go.
it's there entirely for a plot necessity. I think that everything that is in like the actual text indicates that this has to be there in order for the protectorate to commemorate the victory. So if they got him after Lung was defeated by villains, that would be unbelievable. So Wildebow just needed them to capture Lung by themselves in another opportunity. I think that's all the reason there is for that to be there.
And also there's the whole thing, the super bomb. Like, I don't know, maybe fucking told her to build the bomb after the fight in Arc 5. I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, if it was just about them commemorating dealing with the bomb crisis, I think that would already justify like the events that they are doing. So this just feels like an odd background detail that
Weird. It's
Like-
just really weird.
if it wasn't about Bakuda, if it was just about Lung, I wouldn't understand the plot necessity, even though I would consider it like a stumble of the writing. But since dealing with Bakuda is already such a big thing, why not just have that be the reason for the commemoration?
Lung is not the one who's been terrorizing the city for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Or last couple weeks.
And I don't believe that with how much action the villains have been doing, I don't think that like the common people would not know about the fact that the ABB is being fought against by villains as well.
I mean, like there was
Yeah.
literally a newspaper headline: "Villains step in."
Yeah.
It's like it's not like people don't know this, right? No matter how much the Protectorate is trying to pretend that yeah, we're the heroes, we won. It's like, yeah, but we all know the villains did half the work.
Yeah, and like, I mean, people already understand anyway, in real life and in superhero fiction, that like villains are fucking with each other anyway. Like, obviously, they're not all getting along. They're not all, the Legion of Doom is not fucking how most shit operates. It's mostly, fucking Gotham, where like there is a bunch of gangs and stuff.
Yeah.
rival
Also,
gangs, but also,
just another fun little detail of Protectorate incompetence. Notice that the two heroes who stopped Bakuda in the end from setting off basically a nuke are Clock Blocker and Vista.
Yeah, the kids.
Yeah. One of those, yeah, a high schooler and a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
well, you know how like
Yeah.
most cops are, superheroes basically cops, and most cops they're not gonna actually stop crimes. They're gonna stop fucking Yuta from selling drugs.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. But like the person fucking blowing up people, fucking leave it.
Leave it to the kids.
Yeah.
I do
The kids will be.
I do have
I mean,
an
Vista
idea.
is like ungodly powerful, but
yeah.
she is also 12.
Like I could see an explanation if, unless this is explained in the future and I don't remember it, but I could see a situation where they get to Lung, they see how harmed he is, and the Arms Master is like, nah, I already got shit for how I got him in before. So
100%.
I would rather have him walk away than have to explain taking him in and the fact that I gouged his eyes out. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
like
the fact that I brought him in with his fucking eyes missing.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to be. He wouldn't bring Lung in and say, "Oh, the villains got him. I'm just pulling like the body," because as established, reputation is important to Arms Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be established in a few chapters.
No, it was already hinted at, but here it is made very obvious. Yeah.
Oh.
Like we know in Arc 1 that he's a glory hound.
Yeah. So like if that is explained, I think it fits. I don't remember if that is there. Like if Arms Master talks about it when next we meet him.
Really,
But that would be a convincing explanation.
it's like
Yeah.
there are explanations that make sense. They're just not in the text.
Yeah, and I guess you could say that like him being scared, you in particular do not want to like irritate me anymore on this night, could be hinting at that, but you have no reason to believe that because he's likely just thinking about like the bank robbery.
Yeah, I was thinking about like the fact that he fucked up that she fucked Lung up the first time and he got the blame for it.
Yeah, that as well. So like, yeah, if he ever says this, I would pull my criticism back and say that is a good enough explanation. But I don't think it. I don't remember it at least.
Yeah,
it definitely doesn't come up again.
the explanation is together with Taylor's katana, hidden somewhere.
You know what? That's what happened. The katana got him.
Damn.
It was Vista with the katana. It was Vista with the katana.
She gouged his eyes out with the katana.
Oh.
No. Vista brought Lung in with using the katana. Clearly.
So she took the katana.
Yeah, clearly Vista has the katana now because she's the only one who's doing anything apparently.
Yeah, the katana. You don't choose the katana. The katana chose you, and the katana chose Taylor very briefly and was like, "Actually, this bitch sucks." She's like, "I don't want to be. I don't want to be with fucking this person and build IKEA furniture. This fucking sucks."
Yeah.
And then like, when I went to Vestige, whatever her name is,
Vista.
and, Vista. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the katana is like a wandering samurai by itself.
Yeah. The sword is itself a Ronin, ever in search of a master.
Oh, anything more to say about this chapter?
Yeah. Once again, I would like to read a little quote here from Taylor. It bugs me that I don't know who our employer is. There's some real ugly possibilities, and I'd rather know sooner than later if that was the case. Once again, using the phrase bugs, she really is a villain.
She is a villain.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. It is also very funny that, as anybody would expect, the villainous groups are already causing trouble again.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The travelers hit an art gallery and an airport in the span of an hour. I don't really get the airport, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they do that. They still a plane?
Doesn't seem like it.
Maybe that's why I wrote about the plane on the summary. I was thinking about the plane the travelers stole.
Coil
so
aviator.
The travelers do actually travel though, right? Or is it just like ironic? Yeah. Like we're the travelers, but we only stay in our hometown. Concrete roads.
Yeah, no, they just came to town.
Yeah. In the past arc, I don't remember who said it, but someone said they were nomadic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And in 6.1, Tattletale is like saying that she's worried about the fact that the travelers are in town, so they have recently arrived.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, with that, I'm assuming we can move on to 6.5.
6.5. Yeah.
Oh boy, 6.5. Do I have things to say about that one?
Okay, wait a second. Yes. Okay, I need to just starting off here. Okay, second paragraph. Judas's front paw rested on the stone railing of the rooftop, clutched it hard enough that the points of his nails bit into the concrete.
Oh yeah, it's not stone.
Yeah.
He's been consistently calling it stone until this point, where he finally just goes, "Yeah, it's concrete." Like,
in like the same sentence as well.
In the same sentence, he says stone railing.
Yeah, stone railing. Right, his paw is on the stone railing, clutching it hard enough that the points of his nails, which are on his paws, bite into the concrete of the railing. Like, calling it stone and concrete in the same sentence just hurts so much.
Well, 6.5. The Undersiders are atop a skyscraper. beaches dogs growing with her power, and they jump off of it to reach another building, crashing through a glass wall to land in the hall where the heroes and politicians are partying. A lot of heroes are there, both from the PRT and the wards, and even Emma, who Skiller recognizes. Using Guru's power, they fill the space in darkness, attacking the non-parahuman PRT officers and taking their form throwing weapons, using it to pin some heroes down. By using the confusion of the attack, the darkness, and the fact that the place is filled with civilians, they manage to target the heroes in small pockets, making it so most of them can barely use their powers. Eventually, Armsmaster reaches them, moving around Gru's darkness as if he could see. The Capital Age Halberd is filled with different devices created to deal with their powers, including a shockwave that kills all bugs in an area around him. Armsmaster then says he has been studying them.
Okay, so this chapter, I have issues with the way that this chapter is written. So I talked before about how in Arc 5 there was a lot more like shorter sentences to communicate the action. This is kind of back to very, very long paragraphs. And I think that a lot of it is because some important information wasn't established before.
Yeah.
And now it's really starting to just shove in that information in the middle of the fight. Like we have
really need to
Assault's
know.
powers for one.
It's like we do need to know what these buildings look like.
Yeah, there's that too. But like I thought more about like the information, like the powers, like Battery and Assault. Like Battery, I believe already showed up. But like then we have like a big like paragraph talking about Assault.
Briefly.
And but like the thing that got me the most, this actually did kind of piss me off. The fucking form. There's 2 entire fucking paragraphs explaining the fucking form, and I okay, like, so let's get out of the way. The form does become more important later on, but like this is the kind of stuff that you could have explained before, not in the middle of the action. And if you needed to explain in the middle of the action, you could have made it a shorter explanation, because I can suspend my disbelief and just think of, oh, it's super form that can work on heroes, and like even heroes with super strength will be neutralized.
And considering that, like, you know, we already have Tinkers that make weird, crazy bombs and shit, you can imagine a Tinker could make a fucking foam that does this.
Yeah.
There's at least one place where this could have come up before, and that's when Armsmaster came to pick up Lung in Arc 1.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's weird that we didn't get a news report where like Taylor talks about seeing like footage or an image of a villain contained in phone, and we just got a description of it there.
Yeah, it could definitely be put somewhere else. Like one thing that I was thinking is that I remember Arc 3 had a chapter of them like preparing for the heist, where they explained all the powers of the wards and started like thinking about ways to somehow plan around them. And I feel this arc could maybe use, if not an entire chapter, at least a segment on that. It would have been cool to see them planning ahead this attack, and see like and then they could discuss the form. They could discuss Assault and Battery's powers. They could discuss even Armsmaster's powers. They could discuss Velocity, who next chapter also gets just okay, let's stop the action and explain how Velocity's powers work. And it's completely just pointless.
Oh, not so pointless, but weirdly put in there.
Yeah, it could have had like a segment before explaining those things, if there was this need, instead of doing in the middle of the action.
Yeah, I think it would be weird to, like, if we saw them planning the attack, I would not like that. Because not only would it make like the chaotic nature of what this is going for lesser, but also we had a scene of them planning out an attack for like a whole chapter in the previous arc.
Kinda sucks.
Yeah,
I like the planning too.
but it would be like repetitive to have it happen twice in a row, like 2
Yeah.
arcs. But I would like, there absolutely could have been ways and places to explain these powers, even if they're not in a lot of detail, and talk about the phone before we got here. Absolutely, that is in fact one of the things that is like weird when you're reading it, that like it kind of just stops to talk about the power, and not in a brief
Yeah.
way that really goes like together with the chaotic nature of what is happening, so it doesn't fit in that sense.
This is very much the kind of thing where, like, yeah, when you're doing this update by update, you kind of do, like, it's pretty clear he kind of painted himself into a corner here, where he has all of these, he has these heroes and he has the phone. And he needs to explain it all, but now he has to explain it all right, like in the middle of
I mean,
like now.
he could
Because
explain the phone later, because it does come up later and becomes very important.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
get more details on it later, and for now just understand that it's some sort of phone throwing weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with
Yep.
like velocities, powers, and
Yeah.
stuff. Like people, like you don't really need to explain like how speedsters
Yeah,
differentiate.
that was
Yeah.
really
Like later.
Like describing the velocity's power in contrast to who is it,
battery.
like
Yeah,
that is
there's no
something that
reason.
I expect Dan to do, not Taylor during an attack.
Yeah, it's like there's no reason for her to be thinking about this in this moment. I mean, like, she might be thinking about this, but there's no reason for her to be narrating it to us in this moment.
Yeah, it takes away from the frenetic nature of the scene, with them scrambling to do this all real quick before they're rolled by the heroes.
This is how Assault's power works. This is how the con foam works. This is how this works.
I'm looking at the chapter again. I read this chapter today, not that many hours ago. I completely forgot Triumph existed.
Same.
Yeah, Triumph is kind of just mentioned.
I frequently forget Triumph exists.
Yeah, Kuroma has talked about this before, that Triumph is a character.
Glory disappears from the scene after giving them a nasty glare.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I really like that one of the first things that happens when they get there is that Tattletale just screams "Glory Hole!" and they start the attack that way.
Damn, poor Glory Girl cannot catch a break, huh?
Yeah, but what happens is, like, when they are, like, everyone is shrouded in darkness, and when they see Glory Girl again, she's in the same spot, just hovering in the air, so she made no move to join the fight whatsoever.
I mean, she is a ball of foam.
No, but before she gets foamed,
yeah.
Before she gets the foam.
And,
okay.
Like, I could see it just being like, no, I'm going to stay here and protect these people, or maybe it's like her family that is there, presumably. But at the same time, like, it is weird considering what we saw of her attitude, the character that we so like endearingly call what the fuck is it again? A collateral damage Barbie. Like, collateral damage Barbie would throw herself into the fight.
Oh yeah.
Well,
like, bullying Glory Girl. I like her.
But the thing is, you're forgetting that she's not.
She can't see anything. That's stupid. I don't need to see things.
What you're forgetting is that she's not in costume right now, so she can't go out and fight.
No, but she's flying in the air.
I mean, she doesn't have a secret identity.
Yeah, she's a member of New Wave, so her
identity. She's not in costume, so she's just Victoria Dallin instead of Glory Girl.
Yeah,
so
there's not like a phone booth. There's not a phone booth in the place, so she can't like transform.
But of course, she doesn't even have a secret identity anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Triumph should be called like Lion Man or something, because like I look back and it's like, oh, this guy's like based on like a lion gladiator stuff. It should be like Lion Man. That I would like to stick out my mind, because like none of them are called like man something man. None of them are called that at all. It's all Triumph and Gru and
Also,
it's some Glory Girl.
Are
I-
you
I know
like
that there is one man.
Are you
later on
sure
in the-
about that, Yakuman?
Is there? Am I forgetting somebody?
Oh
We'll
god.
get there.
Oh, we will get there.
The
Oh,
Yakuman, he's brought up in this very arc.
We'll get there. We'll
Is
get
it?
there. No,
The
we'll get
nerd.
there. We will get there.
I'll be honest. Like, I also read like all of this today, and like, fucking after after last night, followed by work, followed by this. This is all kind of like a slur of just
Yeah,
like,
that's
fucking
Yeah.
never-ending fucking words. I mean,
Yeah.
I get what happened, but I don't. Yeah.
I do wanna say, you know, if someone who controls fire is a pyrokinetic, and someone who controls water is a hydrokinetic, does that mean a salt who controls kinetic energy is a kinetokinetic?
Probably.
Really?
I love words. This is the only thing I have to say about this chapter.
Oh, I just look at the tags. There's a lot of tags, and one of them's others I've probably forgotten.
That's really good.
Yeah, because like he just wrote the tags down as he was posting. So like, fuck that. Those are.
Yeah. There's some other people here.
Yeah. So we have
Trying
Angelica, Armsmaster, Assault, Battery, Beach, Brutus, Clockblocker, Dauntless, Emma, Gallant, Glory Girl, Gru, Judas. Others I've probably forgotten: Regent, Shadowstalker, Tattletale, Taylor, Triumph, Velocity, Vista. I don't think Gallant is here.
I mean, Gallant's here.
He is?
Gallant is in
Oh,
there.
oh yeah, he's one. Okay, he doesn't do anything, but he's here.
But yeah, he's immediately like.
But yeah,
foamed.
Dauntless isn't in this chapter.
No, I mean maybe he would probably be in the crowd.
No. Like it says.
Yeah, she does say Dauntless was MIA.
Yeah. I guess
Like
it's
they
just
say-
if a character gets mentioned, they get put in the tags.
No,
Sometimes later on. the
yeah.
interlude,
Maybe he decided that, or he forgot that.
I forgot.
Wild Road does as he pleases.
I want
Don't
PRT
sense.
issue phone memes on my table. Me when I get phoned.
I love home.
It's also like this phone is like it's going to be used so many goddamn times. It's like a big part of Worm's world building. This phone.
Yeah, this foam is fucking everywhere.
What's that old YouTube video like Foam Adventure? Where it's just like a bunch of people like friends like going out for foam and they're like really excited about it. They're all like Tumblr called like girls like going out for like
Yeah.
get foam.
Speaking of my foul mouth, the word fuck shows up in Worm nearly 1,400 times.
Nice.
I don't think
Nice.
that's including fucker, fucking, fucked. It's I think it's just fuck.
There's also a bit of frig and frigging there.
Oh yeah, language.
How much actual fucking is there?
There's a little bit.
There's some.
Oh, good to know.
There's some. Not a lot.
Oh, shall we get into the fight proper now?
Okay.
Yeah, please go.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, and Miss Malicia's here.
Oh yeah, she doesn't do much. Also,
She does nothing.
Oh, 6.6. Armsmaster tells the Undersiders to surrender. Tattletale starts trying to do her thing, saying that Armsmaster's team hates him and that they know he cares more about rising the ranks of the Protectorate than he cares about the city. But he shoots her with one of the attachments in his halberd before she can get any further. On Armmaster's order, Gru pulls his darkness away so that the rest of the room can see what is happening, and they start trying to twist the story. Knowing Armsmaster cares about reputation, saying that they attacked Tattletale while she was trying to surrender. Regent manages to escape from Miss Militia, using his power to apparently overload her body, making her poke and losing all strength to fight. Skitter manages to catch hold of Armmaster's halberd, throwing herself underneath it so that her spider silk uniform can keep the shockwave from killing the bugs around him. After this, she ends up fighting Velocity, but can't do anything and has to ask for Gru's help, who throws darkness at them, making Velocity slow down enough for Skitter to what the fuck did I write here? Slow down enough for Skitter to pepper spray and insects combo him, then ties his legs together and an arm to a table. Meanwhile, Armsmaster is squaring off against all three of Peach's dogs and Gru and winning. He warns Bitch that if the fight continues, he can't promise he won't give any of her dogs permanent damage. Scared that Armsmaster will tell on her, Skeeter has Grow Shroud Healing Darkness again. Skeeter is attacked, but Armsmaster gets close enough for her to throw all the bugs hiding on her costume onto him, fighting for his halberd once again, so he can't kill all of them in one hit. The Undersiders take the opportunity to leave, with Skeeter throwing the halberd away. As they escape, she's thinking about how this fight is her goodbye to the Undersiders.
This chapter is pretty good.
Oh yeah. Also, Emma is in the crowd here, by the way.
Oh yeah,
She is.
Matt,
Doesn't come
she's
up
here.
much.
There are a couple moments where she thinks about that.
It
Yeah,
does
it's
definitely like
okay,
add
it's
something.
important.
Like I think that like to have a crowd sort of watching the action does heighten the emotion of it, and like specifically like if it is like, and like having like Emma there does add to the sort of like the stakes of it, of like, yeah, I really don't want Taylor to fucking fail, and yeah, like I guess what I'm saying is that like it's like a storytelling that technique that Akira Kurosawa, the director, like is sort of very much known for, is like having a lot of people eyes on the action as like, I don't know, the main character is like breaking down, crying, or like is triumphant, you know. It's because like you're watching and like and so is the crowd within the scene, and so it just heightens it, and it's something that you can see in a lot of you know, Japanese media like going forward and stuff, and like, you know, other film is like, yeah, I don't think Walbo specifically took it, but I think yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about that story technique for like quite a while recently.
Real quick, can someone read the bit with velocity and the pepper spray, starting from "So I grabbed a weapon he couldn't react to"?
Oh boy.
I have sound effects to do.
Oh, do you just want me to read that one paragraph?
Down to I find some way to make it up to him.
Okay. So I grabbed the weapon he couldn't react to, my pepper spray, and directed a stream of it into his face. Then I instructed the bugs I'd gathered on him to bite and sting. The effect was immediate and dramatic. You've never really seen someone flip out until you've seen a speedster flip out. He fell to the ground, stood, tumbled over a chair, then was up the next second, lunging for a table, blindly patting it down in the hopes of finding something to watch his eyes out with it. I felt him slow down dramatically, increasing his own strength enough to allow himself to check the cups and pitchers. I had bugs on the table he was searching, and the only liquid there was wine. Anticipating he would continue looking for some relief, I moved closer to the table nearest me. Sure enough, he darted over to the same table and began searching. I took one long step to my left, reached behind my back, and gripped the phone handle of my extendable baton with both hands. Like a golf club, I swung it up and between his legs. My rationale was that I needed to hamper his mobility, but I didn't want to deliver any permanent injury, which was a possibility if I hit him in the knee or spine. Besides, the Protectorate had top-notch costume designers, and what male superhero with an expensive costume would go out without a cup, right? Unless, the thought crossed my mind as velocity killed over. He'd foregone the cup for extra mobility and to reduce friction. I'd find some way to make it up to him after all of this was over with.
Well, my sound effects were not very good, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
get the idea. You know what would be really funny if when it gets to you've never really seen someone flip out until you've seen a speedster flip out, like Looney Tunes starts playing. That would be really funny.
I really imagine like a Looney Tunes thing playing out and just like going all over the place, like screaming like fucking Tom from Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah.
I think the bit. I think it's next chapter, the bit with Armsmaster that I'm thinking about. Oh god.
Also, Dick Damage is back.
Dick Damage continues to show up, even up until the interlude. There's so much talk about emasculation here.
Yeah.
Look. The Nards are fair game.
In a fight, you always aim for the balls.
Always aim for the balls.
So, what does someone have thoughts on the bulk of this fight against?
Yeah, we kind of skipped the main event. It's a
Apparently,
pretty
his halberd
good
a
like
flail
fight.
and like every other fucking weapon in existence.
Yeah. Like what I like about this is that okay, so I mentioned before, like in our Discord server, like when I was reading Arc 5, the one thing that's interesting about Worm is how there's no real power balance. Some characters just have powers that are like word shattering powerful, like fucking Labyrinth just distorted everything. Only Lee can just teleport all over the place endlessly. And that's kind of the puzzle that they have to deal with. Like, how do we defeat someone who's just has a power that is cheap, is broken?
Yeah.
What is cool about this fight is that it makes a point a few times that Arms Master is not the kind of thinker like Bakuda. Bakuda is another example. Someone can just make anything into a bomb that paralyzes you for 100 years, a bomb that fucking explodes the entire country. Like Arms Master is not like that. He is a guy who uses technology in the most versatile way. And in order to achieve the level of mastery that he has, it requires a lot of training. Like he mentions later on that he downloaded like a lot of data on Peach and her dogs in order to learn exactly how to fight her. And like of course there's some level of the technology helping him out, but it's still something that he spent like nights practicing in order to be as good as he is, and his power contributes to that. So in a way, it's kind of it's kind of a reversal of that idea of fighting someone who's just like insanely powerful. His power is not that insane. He's just very skilled.
Good. He's just the best. He's kind of like Batman, you know.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like the best superhero. He's the best man. He's not. He's not Superman, but he's yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
what is interesting about that is because there's also something the story has been building with Taylor herself, who also doesn't have the strongest power in the world, but it is very versatile, and she's constantly finding ways to use the power to beat villains that are much stronger than her,
Like
or heroes in this
yeah,
case.
yeah.
Yes,
Like
the
when she used the bug to put the
Yeah,
taking out Long in the second fight with the bug, putting the fucking drug in his eye. Like that was good. That was smart.
yeah,
It
that
was
was
like
very
set up.
smart. So it's kind of
basically
Hmm?
yeah, basically it's kind of like how My Hero Academia like does this exact same thing where like you're either like born with like fire and ice powers and it's like huge explosive, or you're like a guy who's born as a fucking like cactus for a head and like there's no real way to fucking
Yeah,
it's just like you're just born as evil god or fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But there's
my
no real
stretchy. I can pull them out of my sockets, out of
Yeah,
my eye sockets.
yeah. Oh yeah. But there's like and like he sort of sets up this idea of like, oh well, Deku is just good at like fucking he does research on stuff, and so he'll be able to figure the stuff out, and then like goes nowhere. It just goes
Yeah.
like punch harder. This actually does kind of follow through. I think every single person that's a fan of My Hero Academia should just read one. Probably.
Yeah, this is way
Yeah.
better than My Hero Academia, and
Uh,
Worm
Here's the-
sucks, but My Hero Academia sucks more.
Yes.
punch
Agreed.
harder. Oh no, my arms are dying. Kick
And then
kick
yeah,
harder.
then he learns to kick. He has a whole arc about learning to kick. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then he fucking and then later on he gets like a bunch of different powers anyway. It is like my fucking 7 quirks.
The fucking avatar or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's fucking stupid.
I
Also,
really hope Taylor gains 7 more powers. I think that would be really good.
she gains 1 power for each bug.
Yeah.
One power for each bug.
Yeah, one thing, since we entered the comparison with My Hero Academia, that series is very much trust the system. The system is good. The system will always work out. So this is the complete opposite, which is obviously much better.
Do hero things without being certified. You're a vigilante, and that's illegal, and you should feel bad.
My Hero Academia is like, okay, well, we need to keep having this be about high school students, so let's kind of just fucking cap this story and just have everything. Meanwhile, this is like, it's about teenagers, but let's just like fuck the whole. Let's specifically make it a point about like not being in school. Let's make that like an actual part of it, which better makes it a better story about teenagers with superpowers.
Yeah, I guess to conclude my thought on the fight, like I think it makes for a very good like final fight of this part of Warm, because like you established, this arc feels very much like the end of the beginning. So this fight punctuates it very well because it is Taylor fighting against someone who's kinda in the same place as hers. It becomes a battle of wits more than anything. And yeah, I think it's cool, like finding someone who is as dedicated as she is to this, and she ultimately kinda wins, but not really.
Not
so,
really.
Yeah, it's interesting how it plays out.
Yeah, like there are quite a lot of similarities between Armsmaster and Taylor. There are also differences that are important for where the story is going on. Like there are very good reasons why he is the first hero we meet and why Taylor in particular meets him. So like in this sense, he's as dedicated as Taylor, but he's farther ahead. Like he's actually succeeding in it. And what happens here is not that she wins, it's that, like, as Beach points out, Lung underestimated her too.
Yeah, like, it's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, that's very cool because.
Yes. Speaking of great bitch lines, Rachel Lint, aka Hellhound, Armsmaster, aka Dickhole.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah. So it's not that she wins; it's that she's doing the same kind of thing that Armsmaster is, but Armsmaster looks down on her. So every time Taylor is in a situation of crisis, or I guess in the sense Skitter is in a situation of crisis, she really excels at like finding the one way out and just like single-mindedly throwing herself at it. And again and again, others fail to understand this, and it's kind of what allows her to succeed where others are failing, despite them having arguably better powers. Is that like she doesn't hesitate really when it comes down to it. But Armsmaster, all the while, even though he could clearly fucking kill all of them, he is like, no, bitch, you have to stop because I'm going to give your dogs permanent damage. So it is this, like the lack of fear and the fact that you could argue that she is worse, that Taylor is worse in that sense, because she is in fact doing, like, when it comes down to it, she's going to do the villainous thing. Like it is, as the summary, the synopsis says, like doing the wrong thing for the right reasons. And Taylor and Beach have like noticed this, and there's the sense that it's now going to be a part of their strategy, because again, all she needs is one moment where she can outsmart you, but she's not as good as Armsmaster at executing this approach that she has been trying to do. So yeah, having this two in particular fight and show so much of their character dynamic, like in the way that they fight, it's very shonen. Like everything about how the fight is kind of a puzzle, and everything that they do outside of the fight takes place in a fight. It's almost as if when characters are coming into conflict, like the fight is just a literalization of the metaphor of the conflict they are going with, and it's not there for the actual action. It's like they're fighting for the sake of a story or something. And yeah, this is the best fight so far. It's the one that has the most going on for it, easily.
I still prefer the Only one just because of how cool it is, but yeah, narratively this one is very strong. I also need to mention that I talked about this before, like
the most shonen line Taylor says here. You are right, Armsmaster. Of course. This was over from the moment we stepped.
It is so shonen.
Like I talked about before that this arc has a bit more of the big paragraphs describing a lot of just stuff, just like fight choreography. But with Arms Master, I think it works because it is supposed to sell just how physically skilled he is. So going on great detail about how he fights actually works out pretty well.
Yeah, it's like, look, Arms Master is the Terminator. You do not defeat the Terminator, you escape the Terminator and live to fight another day. Arms Master is a fucking terrifying opponent.
He is.
And remember, he is holding back.
He is holding back. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Arms Master, like he starts off as like Batman, but like his true form is RoboCop, and he just like shoots your dick off like.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Arms Master Dick is kind of a thing. Like,
oh boy.
Well, please, for the love of God, like listen. If something bad happens to Arms Master's dick, I'm dropping the story right now.
Well, bad things happen to a lot of men's dick in this story. But what I'm saying,
I don't care. I don't care.
That's not it. That's not it.
We should write a fanfic where Greg reattaches his dick.
Greg the penis restorer.
Yeah, like Consider the following: it's a story where Greg and the Arms Master just happen to be in the same place at the same time, and they like it's a fight, but Greg happens to be there, and what happens? Both Arms Master and Greg loses their dicks, and then here comes Amy Dallon to attach the dicks back, but she gets them in the wrong way, so Greg now has a giant cock.
You swap dicks.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was good.
Well, that's an image that's an image that's in my head now. Fuck you very much for that.
Well,
I will share some brain points with you, Amy, for that.
Thank you. The thing is that, like, since Arms Master Tinker's specialty is nanotechnology, there is a joke in the community that he has a micro penis. But our Lord and Savior Wildbow has in fact said that he does not, that he is fine. His dick is fine.
Oh,
what a thing to say.
Yeah, actually.
He did actually, yes.
I can't tell if you're joking.
No, I'm not joking. There is a word of God about this. Of him addressing the micro penis Arms Master allegations.
I mean, I feel that this is ripe for like his visor breaks, which is like blocking Tattletale's powers, and she just immediately screams, "He has a micro penis!"
That's what the halberd
immediately
is
ruins
for.
the reputation.
Yeah, like that's why he has such a big halberd. He's making up for it. The moment that comes out, he crumples to the ground like a doll that had its strings cut. Defeated. Yeah, I also think it's really. I completely forgot about this. It's really funny that as they leave, this is the first time that Taylor uses the bugs to write. And she writes, "Let's go." Why let's
go?
Why let's go?
All the things.
It's so goofy, and I love it.
Everyone just looks at the wall like, "Let's go." What the fuck does that mean?
And she doesn't even get the apostrophe there.
No.
But why let's go?
Look, I mean,
I was wondering that.
You know, it's miniaturization, but really it's efficiency. Which is to say, it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. Yeah,
that's not wrong.
That's what I'm going with.
Oh, by the way, I sort of have like a question actually. It's established in this chapter, and I think she's used it before, but she has like a bunch of different like types of hornets she uses. Like, how like common are like hornets within America, and like what types are they?
Oh yeah, no,
like,
they're pretty much the same as European hornets.
Okay, but like I don't know, like geographically, I know you went on a whole, but like, do you know what type of hornets they would be?
Not like specific species.
Okay.
No. But like very similar. They're just like basic ass hornets. These aren't like super murder hornets or anything.
They're not Japanese hornets.
Yeah, they're not Japanese hornets. They're not the Japanese giant fucking murder hornets.
They're not hornet girls.
Aww.
They're not hornet.
Which wants to go Mondays. There will be a hornet go eventually.
Yeah. Okay, my fanfic. What if Taylor falls into an alternate Earth, which you have established is a thing, and then except that in that Earth, all the bugs are monster girls, and she can control them.
Oh,
that would be better.
That sounds like a doujinshi.
Yeah.
I've definitely read fics where she controls bugs that are indistinguishable from humans when looked at from the outside because of fucked up biotinker shit.
Huh. Biotinker?
Yeah.
Damn.
Tinkers have different specialties.
I've seen plenty of fics where Taylor gets dropped into some fantasy world and there's, giant spiders and shit everywhere.
Are they spider girls?
Yeah. Giant, just giant evil, just giant fucking
Lord
evil
of the Rings
murder
spiders.
No.
Oh yeah, she would get a Shelob. Yeah. Anyway.
Does anyone have any more thoughts on 6.6?
I don't think so, no. Just a good chapter. Good fight.
Okay. 6.7. Yeah?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, this one is quite long. 6.7. The Undersiders stop at some spot downtown with Tattletale still unconscious. Skeeter uses smelling salts to wake her up, and right when they're telling her what happened, Armsmaster appears again, his halberd retrieved, which materializes in his hand after he gets far enough away from it, and wounded by the insects but still moving. As well as Dauntless, a local hero who is said to have the potential to surpass even the Triumvirate, Alexandria, Legend, and Eidolon. Dauntless's power allows him to imbue a small amount of power into an object every day, but the effects are permanent, so they stack. Once again, the Undersiders break into a run, with Gru using his powers on Armsmaster. Tattletale tries to manipulate Dauntless, saying that Armsmaster hates him because no matter how hard he works, Dauntless is going to become more powerful than him because his power gives him an easy way out. But Armsmaster told him to wear earbuds so he doesn't hear anything. Regent uses his power to bring Dauntless down for a moment so they can escape, with Tattletale telling them to go to the nearest parking garage. Once there, a group of other villains appears to help them. Sanderson creates her miniature sun on the exit to keep them from escaping. Trickster, Genesis, and Trainwreck take on Armsmaster, Trickster using his power to teleport Armsmaster into Trainwreck's hand and exchanging his halberd for other objects. Circus and Ballistic fight Dauntless, with Ballistic sending cars moving at high speeds onto Dauntless to break his shield while Circus stays close to him, taking weapons seemingly out of nowhere while relentlessly attacking him. They make quick work of the heroes and Coil steps out, saying he didn't know Tattletale was bringing the heroes with her when she said they wanted to meet after concluding the most recent task. He invites them and the travelers to come with him as they have a lot to discuss. One thing, building up from what we talked about with how strong Armsmaster is, I think Tattletale said that he's the 7th or 8th.
He's the 7th most respected and whatever hero in the Protectorate.
And if you think about his prowess in the fight and the fact that he was holding back and he is the 7th or 8th, then you go, oh, so the Triumvirate, Alexandria, Legend, and Eidolon, those must be quite strong for them to be that far higher. And considering that we didn't even see Armsmaster fighting for real yet, and he could have killed them if he wanted, very easily.
Very easily.
But he's a hero, so he does not kill. Alright, so I have to point out the best thing about this chapter.
Circus?
The Clussy!
Circus!
Circus!
Yeah, Circus is good. I like Circus.
I don't know how much of it there is, but at one point, Wildbow was going to write a story about Circus. There is... I don't know how much he wrote, but it exists. It's on the internet.
Ooh.
A lot of the characters in Brockton Bay are Wildbow wrote like a few chapters for a story based around a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
Like the reason there's so many fleshed out, like the reason he has so many fleshed out ideas immediately is because a lot of these were the protagonist at one point in some draft or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones I remember, there is Rune, but Rune isn't really an important character. But the ones that no, just Rune. Yeah, but the ones I remember are Brian was the protagonist, Circus was the protagonist, Faultline was the protagonist. Yes, there is one from Brian's perspective.
What? So we were robbed? Circus and Faultline protagonists? God damn it, Wildbow, why you do this to me?
No. It would be much worse from their perspective.
The he spent a lot of time on was Guts and Glory.
Yeah, there's Guts and Glory as well.
Yeah, Lucy and Glory Girl.
Yeah, so they were also the protagonists. And it's not like...
I do like them a lot more than Taylor, too.
Yeah, it's not like he was writing Worm. It was not this story. It was different stories from their perspectives, and eventually there was enough for it to like populate a world.
Yeah. Uber and Leet very specifically were never the protagonists.
Oh, thank fuck.
Showed up a lot, but like they showed up in a lot of these, but they were never like main characters.
Yeah, I think they were a recurrent joke in a lot of them.
Yeah. There's a reason Brockton Bay is as fleshed out as it is. It's because he spent a lot of fucking time writing it.
Not enough time to to figure out that like the buildings are made out of concrete, not stone. But like enough time for like other stuff.
We all have our issues. Fucking stone.
So who has thoughts on 6.7 and Dauntless and all the other people?
I have thoughts on this. Well, someone else go.
Okay, I do want to just talk about the Arms Master switcheroo. Oh wait, no. First, Taylor gets really into like after mentioning the triumvirate, she's like, I never really bought into the hero worship except for Alexandria.
Yeah, when she was like a little child, yeah.
She used to be really into Alexandria. Really, really inspired by her.
But also,
have we had like a description of Alexandria so far, or I don't think we have.
No, I think the only information we got, I think, is so first there is the Alexandria lunchbox that Taylor has.
Yeah.
There when Glory Girl appears, I think Taylor thinks that, or someone describes her as like Junior Alexandria.
Yeah, Alexandria Junior.
Yeah. So that's what we know, and we know that Alexandria is of the Triumvirate, who, as far as we are aware, are the 3 strongest heroes.
But yes, okay. So. Arms Master getting switched with the Bollard. That's what those things are called, right? Right. Wildbow just writes, yellow painted concrete pillar. It's called a Bollard. Or wait, did he say concrete or metal? It's a Bollard. It's called a Bollard.
Wow, I did not know that.
The comedic timing on Arms Master just going, what? And then there's a Bollard there instead. It's just so good.
And Trainwreck just smashing him.
Yeah, Trainwreck just smashing him into a car over and over again, and like he gets a car bumper instead of his halberd, and it's this is another perfect like Looney Tunes ass scene. I love it. It's so good. And Circuit's on Dauntless with the hammer space hammer. Fucking god. It's just a really fun. It's a fun fight. It's just a really fun fight.
Yeah, like the serial's main fight already happened. This one's just to get that feeling of shock of like, oh shit, he's still up. But there's no reason to continue it as a serious fight.
Yeah.
Because the emotional payoff already happened. So instead it's just here's a bunch of cool characters absolutely trashing this guy.
Yeah. My mapping program says there's 3 ways out of this garage. The doors on the other 2 exits are locked, and I guarantee you won't have time to crack the lock or break down the door before I catch up with you. No more tricks, no more... what?
What?
And then he disappeared. It hits, the baller falls to the ground and you hear a bunch of heavy. It's perfect comedic timing. And there's Trainwreck.
Trainwreck.
I
We didn't talk much about
love
him.
Trainwreck as a concept.
So she mentions that he might be like a mutant, like Newton Gregor, but I didn't really understand what she meant. Is he like fused with his mecha or something?
Yeah, that's how he looks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not clear if he actually is or if it just looks like that. Like he
Huh.
is.
Basically, she says that he like looks like a cyborg, so it's not that he's just inside the mech; it's part of him. But what he's saying is that she doesn't know whether he built that and then put on his body, or if that just grew when his power activated.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He just got fucked.
Because it's just after mention that he is like a fat guy with acne. So it's like, huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Circus is here.
Circus.
Okay, the earbuds with Dauntless. Big character moment with Arms Master. Just the whole just tattletale fucking taking him apart. Cause like, oh, okay, the earbuds, clever. You can't tell Dauntless. Okay, I'm just gonna be mean at Arms Master again instead.
That's both brilliant and incredibly depressing.
Yeah. It's a really good line. It's like, wow, you knew I would do this. You knew I would do this because you fucking know. Because you know it's the lowest hanging fruit.
I think this is the most Tattletale has been like throughout these like fights.
Oh,
where like every single
Yeah.
strategy is like I'm going to hey everybody, Arms Master fucking hates you, and it's like that's like every single fucking fighting tactic. It's good.
yeah. Yeah. He hates that you have it easy. When he has to he needs to put in all the work. Yeah.
Arms Master lied. He did not listen to your favorite album. He thinks that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, Ballistic's power is also scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It's like so instant you can't even see it moving. The car just goes skidding through a wall. Like at one point it hits the shield, goes up, and continues forward with the momentum until it leaves the garage.
That's like, look, if you meet this guy in a dark alleyway, it's like you see this guy, he touches a car, and you are paced.
Yeah, you can't even. You have no time to process it. You just disappear.
Like, you barely have the time to process he's there before you're chunky marinara. Before you're just a blood spatter on the wall.
He sure is ballistic.
And the Genesis is there with like this tentacled crustacean thing,
Yeah.
but she doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do
I mean,
anything.
That's
Just there for fun.
She's just harassing Arms Master with Trainwreck.
Yeah.
With the tentacle monster.
They're throwing
Classic.
Arms Master between Genesis and Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Pitching him like a ball from one to the other. As an Arms Master fan, I do not appreciate this, but it is pretty funny.
I do appreciate this as an Arms Master fan.
Oh yeah, something else.
I find it very enjoyable for him to be put in situations.
He's our strongest soldier.
Yeah, like Taylor thinks about how Alexandria was the only hero she looked up to, or not really looked up to.
She did have the Arms Master underwear.
Yes,
so.
That's what I was going to say. So did she just ended up having it, or was she interested in Arms Master in particular?
I guess she was probably like, a fan enough of Arms Master, but there was no one she really worshipped other than Alexandria,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And now she has the Alexandria lunchbox.
The Alexandria lunchbox.
Do you think that it's enough to get her out of trouble when Alexandria comes for her?
I don't think so. I would be scared of the triumvirate.
Do you think
but
that
yeah,
like if Taylor and Arms Master would have like another fight and she just said, actually Arms Master, before you do anything more, look at this, and then she like fucking like, pulls up her underwear and it's like got his name on it, he's like flabbergasted for a second.
I mean, he does care about like his reputation, so he would like meeting fans.
Kind of what he wants.
Like if Taylor like stopped him, I was like, okay, before you take me to the birdcage, can you please sign my Arms Master underwear? Do you think he would stop to sign it?
Yes.
There's a chance.
If people aren't looking, he would.
Man, Arms Master's so cool.
He
I love him.
is.
It's pretty cool.
Favorite character.
Yeah, like I mean, like as you're saying, like he does get beat up a lot, but that's kind of like why I like him. He keeps up, he gets going. He's not broken.
Yeah,
he's not like always winning, and he still
not my
gets back
favorite,
up. It is cool.
but he's
Yeah.
pretty great. He's definitely up there, but he's not my
your
favorite.
favorite of the show, Chroma?
Not yet.
No? Alright. What about you, Yakuman? Which one's your favorite?
Or anyway.
I mean, I guess in terms of heroes and villains, I don't know. I don't really have like a favorite. I think, yeah, I don't have like a favorite character at this point. I don't think.
What about Danny?
Danny's good. Arms Master's good. Fucking, I like Bakuda and Long. They're cool
Hell
as
yeah.
well.
Greg.
Greg. Oh, Greg. Greg, obviously. You can't have a favorite characters list without Greg.
Oh, yeah.
Greg.
And Greg of the Snail. Greg of the Snail too.
Greg and Gregor.
Yeah. Or as I like to call them, Chad and Chadder. I like to, yeah. Top G's. The top G's. That's what I call them.
The top
G's.
G's?
Top G's.
But yeah. They work for Coil. Oops.
Yeah.
It's Coil.
Coil.
Gonna say, kinda disappointed that it wasn't like a new character instead of just Coil.
It's Coil.
It's Coil.
It's
The guy.
Coil.
I mean,
The guy.
honestly,
It's
before
Psychomantis.
before it was reeled, and I was like sort of like guessing towards it. During this, I was thinking it was gonna be Emma's dad a little bit. I was a bit
That
like
would be
that was
very
like,
fucked.
Yeah,
course.
that would be interesting.
I
Union.
mean, we don't know who Coil is.
We don't.
Sure.
Speaking of which, back on Arc 2, Chapter 3, the first time where Taylor is going to the Undersiders' hideout, the first line of description it has is, "Our destination was a red brick factory with a massive sliding metal door locked shut by a coil of chain."
Oh, fuck off.
Coil.
That is the first description it ever receives.
Fucker.
The Coil. Well then. Do you think that there is a villain called Stone who lives in the same building as Gru?
Of course. It was only pretending to be stupid.
Yeah, imagine like a sitcom about like Brian finding out like that his neighbors are also like
just
capes,
all his
but
neighbors.
all of them are, and they just happen to be living in the same apartment.
Yeah. Just
That
like,
would be fun.
yeah, complete coincidence.
Yeah, complete coincidence that all of them just end up there. It's like it just
Yeah,
keeps
yeah,
going.
and, like-
There's more and more.
No, they all live in like an apartment building.
Oh,
and all of
no.
course, they all have like different like problems with one another. So they use their powers in order to fuck with. Like, oh, that guy's just being too noisy. I'm gonna fuck with my powers. And so like, but like the noise was
None of
a
them
power
do
in order to fuck with a different neighbor. And it's just like this like string of events of using powers to fuck with people, which gets them
It's
fucked
like
with. and
none
it's
of
like,
them know the other people there have powers.
No.
Like, yeah. No, it's just like, oh no, I'm gonna miss the guy in 2B's potluck because I'm getting called in for a job. And right, and apartment 2B guy is also getting called in for the same job.
Yeah, that would be good. So the next step from Spy Family, with the whole fucking building,
Whole
keeping
building.
secrets from each other.
Oh, what if? Yeah, like I mean, I haven't seen Decalogue, but what if this was Decalogue? What if we watch Decalogue and that's what it ends up being?
Wait,
Like
of course,
16 hours.
Greg lives in the apartment building. He's a kid.
Oh yes.
Fucking Greg.
The Greg spin-off.
The Greg spinoff.
Well,
I must make my contribution to Greg fic.
Any more thoughts about 6 to 7?
No.
I guess I can go to the next one, where Kyle is there.
So, 6.8. The Undersiders and Trickster get a ride on Coil's armored limousine. Coil begins by showing a demonstration of his power, throwing a coin to each of them, all of which fall on heads. Skitter takes a coin from her purse from her own purse to see if he simply didn't meddle with the coins he had prepared beforehand, but this one also falls on heads. Coil says his power is to manipulate destinies and outcomes. With the ABB removed, all the recent attacks on the Empire 88 after the villain alliances ended, the local protectorate and wards standing on bad reputation, parahumans and wealth to spare, Coil has been putting things under the correct circumstances for his takeover. He explains that his goal is to take over the city, control every part and department of Brockton Bay. The Undersiders were an investment. If they happened to be taken out of the picture early, that would only be less parahumans for him to deal with. But if they succeeded in completing his jobs, then they would become a bigger part of his plan. He offers all of them control over a section of the city, money, power, and a personal request. Coil has already been helping Guru with the matter of his sister. He offers to help Bitch by taking care of dogs around the city and giving her workers and builders to ensure they are safe and taken care of. He says he knows who Regent is, that he changed names and who his father is, but leaves the story for Regent himself to tell if he wishes. For Skitter, Coil doesn't know what she wants, but she asks to ensure that the city is working, that people have jobs, that the ferry is fixed, that the authorities lose their annoying and unnecessary bureaucracy. For his part, Trickster only says that Coil is offering a solution to an ongoing problem with the possibility of it becoming a permanent fix. Coil lets them go close to their hideout. All of his promises so far met, telling Tattletale she doesn't have to keep quiet about what she knows about him anymore, that she should give the Undersiders his contact information, and that the money for the day's job is already waiting for them on a bank account set and controlled by a parahuman known as the Number Man.
The Number Man.
The Number Man!
The Number Man!
Skitter thinks she has all the info she wanted now, but doesn't know how she feels about it. The Number Man.
The Number Man, the Number Man, the Number Man.
Leaves the banker, banks suck.
S tier.
F tier, just fuck the guy, fucking nerd.
The Number Man.
He's the perfect specimen.
Yeah, I did forget about Number Man. Number Man it is the best sort of fucking name.
It is.
Number Man, good.
He is my king. He's not my favorite character, but he is my king.
It's not as good as Calendar Man, but it is up there. Number Man's good.
I mean, but what's on a calendar, Yakuman?
Numbers! They're the same guy!
He's so good at numbers, he can pretend to be all of them. He can pretend to be Calendar Man, Clock Man.
He is numbers. Yeah. I would like to mention that Skitter specifically mentions the fairy.
Yeah.
Because of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was even thinking about her dad.
It came up earlier in the arc, too, where she's like, yeah, this circuitous bus route I have to take is a really great example of why we should get the ferry running again.
I needed the ferry to make my job as a villain easier.
Yeah, but also she's thinking of her dad. That's what that's about. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that Chroma's here so they can say that Coil is basically Remilia Scarlet.
Well, funny you mentioned that, because I was going to say that Chroma is Coil, because in this chapter, Coil says, "This is true," and that is a phrase that Chroma says quite often. And both of their names start with a C. And every time we need Chroma, she's like, "No, sorry, I'm sleeping," and she disappears for 16 hours.
Oh my god, they're the same bus!
It's because I go sleepy for 16 hours.
Yeah, that's what you want us to believe.
I'm a very sleepy girl.
Aww.
It's a real problem. Where is it? Lisa says something like, yeah, Taylor goes, "That still sounds like probability manipulation to me." Tattletale leaned forward. No, well, it is, but only in the biggest, bluntest sense. But I can vouch that he's telling the truth, vague as it is. And it's like, yes, this is such a goofy use of his powers, knowing what they are.
Yeah, that doesn't make clear at all for me, a non-have read Worm all the way through reader, so
No,
I'm just
it's
I have no idea how
intentional.
this works.
Yeah, no, it's God. Yes, much like Familia Scarlet, Coil's powers are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
If only Wildbow described, velocity and other, wrote the power descriptions in the same way earlier in his arc, as opposed to, it would be better. It would be good.
Yeah.
Just fucking, you don't actually need it. Just fucking let it for later. Leave it for later.
Yeah.
I mean, all we know about Circus is that Circus has an array of different minor powers, and things appear on her hand. You don't really need more than that. Like, you understand how she fights already.
She has minor pyrokinesis. She can make things appear and disappear in thin air, and she has some accuracy and coordination bullshit. That's it. That's all you
And
need to
she's
know.
hot. Hot clown girl.
She's a
hot.
clown.
So, thoughts on Coil and Trickster and Regent's past?
Oh, gee. I sure wonder what the travelers are dealing with.
Yeah, that is that is an interesting little thread. Like, I would have thought that maybe they were trying to do the same thing that Faultline's group is, of trying to revert like the mutations, but they don't really have any mutants as far as I could tell. So, yeah, I can't really imagine what their deal is.
I think I managed to cramp my toes somehow.
Oh no.
That's Regent.
It's Regent. He's messing with my toes.
He's your
giving me
neighbor. You're being noisy, and the Regent is mad, so he's messing with your toes.
Is Regent finally gonna get get more expanded upon in the next arc?
Yeah, he kind of didn't get much so far.
Yeah.
Perhaps later.
Perhaps later.
Ellen, who do you think the other killer on the team is?
I mean, Region has said a lot of stuff that points out to him. You know, he's like, when they find out that the money is gone, he thinks that Beach stole it. He's like, yeah, we should kill her. And then later on, when Bakuda melts a guy, he's like, whoa, that's so cool. But it feels like maybe a bit of a red herring. So I want to say Tattletale.
Okay.
I mean, we did see Tattletale reaching for a gun.
Yeah,
and
she's
the
the
Arms
one who used the
Master
gun.
being like, no gun.
Yeah.
No gun.
Imagine
Regent's
there
just
was
kind of a
two.
lame-o.
Imagine if there was two Tattletales and they meet and they point at the other and say, "You're a lesbian."
It's like the Spider-Man meme.
You're gay.
Everybody.
You're gay. No. See, I think there's Tattletale, but there's also an anti-Tattletale, and when they meet, they explode. They must never meet lest they make a horrible giant explosion that
Is the
wipes
other
out
one
the
called Tail Tattle?
Yeah.
No, it's
one of
it's
yeah.
Elet
Oh no.
Elet Eltal Eltat.
No.
Elet
The other
one has
one. The other one is the Sphinx from Monster Gun Encyclopedia.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, no. See. One of them is Tattletale, and she tells your truths to everybody, and the other is Talltale, who tells lies about you to everybody, and that's her power.
And then when you meet the two of them, they go, only one of us says the truth.
And
Then
both
you
of
have to solve
them.
the riddle.
And both of them say the other is gay.
One of us only tells the truth, the other only lies, and they both
Well,
say you're gay.
Well, she's fucking they're fucking like while they're doing writing you cowgirl, they're like, which of us is telling the truth? Which of us is telling a lie?
God. Okay, back to Worm.
Back to Worm. Trickster is cool. I like Trickster.
Trickster is cool.
Trickster is funny.
Like, I have a very clear, like, image of him in my head, so he looks cool, you know.
Yeah. Let's see.
Power is basically Trafalgar Law from One Piece, except
Oh yeah.
with kind of less a different limitation at the very least. Because Law has a range, like he can just teleport anything he sees, but it has to be the closing weight.
Yeah.
Law can just teleport any objects, doesn't matter.
And
Yeah.
Law can also like separate things. He can.
Yeah.
Trickster can only. The whole thing has to move.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He's swapping them.
Yeah, the Travelers definitely are one of the more interesting groups for sure. And they're surrounded in mystery, and
Yeah.
makes it
Probably
interesting to
the
see
group
where
I
you
would,
go.
probably the villain group I would join personally.
A very funny line in this chapter. Our desires on individual subjects may differ. However, I would argue that there will always be crime, always be drugs. I'm not saying there won't. I'm just saying there's room for improvement. When I was in grade 6, more of my classmates could explain what a K-hole was than name a dozen countries.
Damn.
Everybody quick, name a dozen countries.
No.
No repeats. Okay.
Brazil, USA, Canada, China, Japan, Portugal, Spain, Germany, Italy, Russia,
This is 10.
Australia, and are there more countries? India. There you go.
Okay, and what's a K-hole?
I have not the slightest idea.
Okay, that's -1 for right. That's -1 for people who know what a K-hole is, but can't name 12 countries. So
I'm smarter than a teenager from war.
Yeah, and that's our dumbest member too. So I think.
Well, today I'm here to defend myself. I are smart.
Caveman speak.
Possibly the worst at geography, though. Quite probably.
Most likely.
The worst at geography.
It was one of the subjects I had to actually study for a lot back in school.
Yeah, as soon as you said no repeats, I was like, oh, they're going to force all of us to do this. And in my head, I went, there's 3 Guineas. There's Guinea, Equatorial Guinea, there's Guinea-Bissau. And I started going down the list of names no one's going to say. I went, oh, there's Liechtenstein. There's Laos. Just like trying to look for the names no one would use.
I was gonna do only like small African countries.
Yeah. I mean,
I just went for all the basic ones.
I honestly, I was just gonna skip the thing and just be like, you know what? A K-hole is about ketamine, by the way. It's like fucking.
Yes.
Okay.
That was what I was gonna do.
Anyway, the correct answer was Sao Tome and Principe, Cabo Verde, Togo, Benin, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea, the Gambia, Rwanda, Burundi, Lesotho, Eswatini.
All right.
I mean, there's Namibia. There's is it Marfin Coast? I only know like the translated name of it.
The Marfin.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's how it's actually called, or if you just translate it the dumb way. Oh, Chroma is out and Chroma is back.
Yeah.
It dropped as I was listing off the 12
also,
little African countries. I'm still
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso is a good one.
Yeah.
Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone,
South Africa,
Senegal,
yeah,
Mauritius, the Comoros, Seychelles, Djibouti,
Angola,
Rwanda. Did I say Rwanda and Burundi? I think I said those.
Like and subscribe, everyone.
No, there's 2 more. Yeah. There's 2 more. There's a lot more, in fact.
Okay, Zambia and Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi.
Okay, so no one said the 4 United Kingdom countries yet, so I'll do that. Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England.
Sorry,
North
did you
Korea,
say
South Korea.
Ireland? You said Northern Ireland.
Oh yeah. There's Taiwan, Sweden, Iceland, Norway, New Zealand, Greenland, Poland, Egypt. We haven't said Egypt yet. Pakistan, Czech Republic, fucking. Have we said Cambodia?
Nobody said Cambodia, I
Canada.
don't think.
Iberia.
Mexico.
I'm going to strike
Iran.
Taiwan from the record on the grounds that Taiwan is the real China.
Okay. Yeah, Iran, Chad, Turkey, Hungary. And I think that's 12, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
this
more
is
than
all
12.
staying in, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
I hope everyone's happy in the audience with the impromptu geography podcast.
I can't believe nobody said Bahrain or Kuwait or Qatar
well, you'll see.
or Bhutan.
Argentina. No one said Argentina.
No,
No,
Ellen
don't
said.
say the one
Ellen
who said.
said.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't actually.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nobody said Bolivia, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I was going to say all the countries in South America, but because that's easy. So I was thinking about the harder ones.
Yeah, that's why I went for Europe. That's why I went for specifically small African countries.
Yeah.
Shall we look at 6.9?
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I have it written 6.9. Haha. Taylor's thinking about how she's going to word her message to Miss Militia, not Arms Master, telling on the Undersiders and revealing she had a reason for everything she did. She arrives home, having promised her father she would, but when she tries to go to her room, Danny reveals he has locked all the doors. Taylor starts flipping out, feeling like a prisoner. She asks to speak with Danny in the morning, but he says he has called in to the school and found out she skipped 3 weeks of classes while lying to him about it. Taylor breaks things, has to make a conscious effort to send the bugs away, crashes down to the ground for several minutes thinking about her options. She even tries using her bugs to open the door, but it doesn't work. All the while, she's thinking about what to tell Danny, how to tell it to him, and why things have become so hard. She shows to be fully aware that she joined the Undersiders because she was lonely, that she would like to get to know them without holding herself at arm's length. She gets to the point of writing the words "I am a supervillain" on an envelope, but burns it and washes the ashes down the sink, deciding she's going to stay with them. After all of her options fail her, sending a text to Lisa is the one to work out. She arrives and opens the door for her to leave. Taylor tells her father that she loves him, but that she can't do this, that she needs a breather, and that the house doesn't feel like her home. Taylor has to fight the urge to look back as they leave. And I do have I think a very good short paragraph here that is, but I had to face the problem the same way, catalog my options, my tools at hand. Physical violence was out, so was using my power. What did that leave me? That is such a good encapsulation of the way Taylor thinks.
Yeah.
Well, I can't beat the shit out of my dad. Shit.
Can I agree this is the best chapter of Worm so far?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Good.
Not even close.
It's like everything that has happened since the beginning of chapter 1. Like all of it is here.
Yeah. It's a culmination of everything.
You see, I'm not a villain, despite the fact that I terrorized and hurt a lot of innocent people, that I'd nearly killed Lung and later cut his eyes out, that I had nearly $280,000 in illegitimate money to my name.
Damn, I wish that were me.
I wish that were me.
I wish that were me.
If any coil out there needs 4 people to do a job, hit us up.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we're half competent. I think we can get something done.
Listen, we will review anything. We'll analyze anything. Give us $1 million. We'll analyze whatever you want.
I mean, fuck, I'll analyze One Piece if you give me money.
Give us money.
I mean, like a lot of money, not like $5.
Do we have ads on this channel already?
Pretty sure no. I have no idea, actually.
I don't think we're big enough to have ads.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
I just have no idea how much you need to do that nowadays.
I also have not. So I'm also not really bothering you with that. If you need to give us money and you want us to review something, or even if you don't want us to review something, go to patreon.com/harpystory and give Alan money. And after you've done that, go to patreon.com/amywarrow and give me money.
Yeah.
And once we all make a livable wage and we can all live together, we'll finally do Brainworm for Monogatari, like everyone's always been wanting.
Is it still on called Brainworm?
No.
And after you go to paypal.me.me/chromafabulous and give me money.
Yeah, Chroma needs to fix her computer, give her money.
Oh no, I managed to get the shit together for that.
Oh dang. Well, still give her money anyways.
My car's windshield.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like fine, you know. I'm already patroning both Amy and Ellen, so you know, I'm fine. I don't need it. Give them money. Give them money.
No.
So here is the moment where someone else would like say that they are happy that all of their friends are here. But I'm not that someone. So what I'm going to say is that I am Coil. I have spent the last months manipulating the three of you to get you all here, which is what I always wanted, to be talking about a story and analyzing something with a group of people. I just had to figure out the correct things to say to get you all interested. And one of the big ones was to not tell you about Pact or Pale, because I knew you wouldn't to read those first. So this is the culmination of my of my plans, and now my takeover starts because I have the Undersiders with me right now.
But Amy, I thought I was Coil.
Yeah.
No, that was a joke.
Or is it that you think you're Coil and I'm actually Coil?
Who knows?
Hey, there are multiple Coils.
I wanted to set up the movie night server.
I mean, how hard is it to just like two people wear the same costume? You would never be able to tell them apart.
Yeah, it's like in Code Geass.
Yes.
The great anime.
Thank God.
Yeah, Code Geass sucks.
It really does. We should talk about that.
No, let's talk about something good. Chapter 6.9.
Talk about something good, like what?
Before serious. So the whole when Taylor goes into the whole thing about like sitting in on her mom's university class, right? And the English department head and the comb over, like she mentions that the book that she read with her mom that they were going over in class is Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit, which is a lesbian coming of age story.
Oh.
Well
then.
No, Wild Bo, what are you trying to tell us here?
What did Wild Bo mean by this?
What do you mean by this?
It means that she's canonically straight, don't you see?
Obviously.
Yeah, you know, it's like when my dad, he gave me a copy of, you know, it really like informed my experience. He gave me a copy of Brokeback Mountain, and you know that really like informed me as like a, you know, a straight individual.
Yeah. Like it makes sense for Annette to be teaching it in her literature course, but it's really funny that Wild Boat chose that book.
Yeah.
Like, why that
one? It feels
one?
like it should be intentional, right?
Like, surely there's a reason he picked this one.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I was to, like, just throw out a book, it would have been, like, I don't know, Little Women or, like, Anne of Green Gables. Like, that would be, like, what I would, like, throw out.
Fucking
he could just say that she's really, like, Moby Dick, because there's Dick in the name, so she's straight.
Nights, fucking Mansfield Park, I don't know.
Atlas Shrugged.
Oh God!
Oh boy, that would be a very different story.
Taylor would be a very different character.
Taylor just pulls up to Kaiser and is like, "Hey, can I join you guys?"
I mean, also just entirely the wrong side of the political spectrum for that. Let's be honest here.
Taylor just like rocks him like, you guys do realize being poor is your fault, right?
I mean, it's our fault we're poor.
I've been working for like a month,
It's
and
like
I'm
the
already
bell jar.
$250,000 richer. Like, obviously, it's your fault.
80,000.
$280,000 richer after a month of work.
It could have been like the once and future king, or fucking.
Anyway,
Or fucking.
This
The
bit
key of
has
Solomon.
gone on for long enough.
Yeah.
The next thing is I just want to read out the bit where she burns the envelope and flushes it down the sink, because it's so fucking good. It's just so good. Like I can just see that. I can see it. It's so evocative. It's so just writing "I am a supervillain" on the envelope, and everything else. Right, everything else about like, oh fuck, no. The team
Well, you're
was
fine.
I worried over how they'd take it, over possibly having them as enemies. Like Coyle had said, there was no guarantee any action against them would be wholly successful. Tattletale would probably be able to tell a PRT team was there before they could get in position, and the team was good at making an escape in a pinch. Then I'd have one or more enemies after me who knew everything they needed and had all the tools to make my life a living hell. Warmer. It did have to do with those guys, and it slowly dawned on me what it was. I stood and walked over to the oven. Taylor? I folded the envelope lengthwise to hide the words, turned on the oven burner, and held the tip of the envelope to the flame until it ignited. I held the burning envelope over the sink until I was sure my message was obliterated. I dropped the remains of the envelope into the basin and watched it burn up. I can, like, I can see the reflection of the flames in her glasses. You know?
Yeah.
It's, ugh. It's just the whole scene is so well written. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, like I really like how well it captures her feelings in this. Like, she just like physically cannot express what she's trying to express. She just kind of falls, sits down, and like I like how after trying to speak for a few times, she eventually arrives at the conclusion just writing it down. Like, it's a very, very real way of dealing with a situation like this. If you,
I mentioned the whole computer thing earlier with, and that's the one who made sure she knew how to use a computer and this and that.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, and she says, "Can we do this tomorrow morning? I really need to sit at my computer for a minute and organize my thoughts." Which, like, yeah, that's right. It's like she's running away from dealing with her relationship with her father, to what's left of her relationship with her mother.
yeah. And at the same time, I feel it's very understandable why Danny is doing what he's doing. Like,
Oh yes,
he knows
Yeah.
that unless he really sits her down and tries to confront her about it, she will always avoid him.
And it is
And
getting worse
that's
and worse, where like the lies are getting.
That's the thing that really hurts.
Yeah.
Because if you'd done this a year ago, so much of this would have been avoided.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he couldn't tell things were rough at school. Like he knows. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the communication problems got in the way. Like, they just could not communicate properly with one another, and this is how things ended up.
I really like how she tries out lots of different things. She tries violence, she tries thinking about it, she tries writing, she tries asking to flee basically so she can talk about it on the morning. She tries to go to the bathroom just to escape for a while. None of it works. The one thing that works is to ask a friend.
Yeah.
Which is something that's like really interesting about that, actually, is that like I've joked before about like the subconscious like being a villain with the whole fucking bug puns and all the relationship. She does refer to Lisa as Tattletale, even though she's like out of costume.
That is true as well. Yeah.
And actually,
I don't know, I think there's like some significance there. I think.
Yeah, because she's like using her as well.
Yeah, there's definitely always like a meaningful reason why, like when she uses the the cape name instead of the real name. With Rachel, she always calls her bitch no matter what. So yeah, there's that. Is definitely feels intentional.
Yeah, and okay, I think it's time for my long overdue Danny rant.
Oh well.
Because okay, when I say I hate Danny, I don't mean I hate Danny as a character. I mean, like, Danny is an extremely realistic depiction of a failed parent. Like, he has basically been completely absent in Taylor's life from Annette's death until like she comes home with a concussion, basically. Like, for all intents and purposes, he's not, like, he might as well not be there. Sure, he thinks about, right? He thinks about talking to her about the problems. He thinks about confronting her, but he never does. Right?
Yeah, well, because a part of him is like, well, I need to give her her own space and stuff and make her feel comfortable and let her deal with it in her own way and like not force himself upon her. But like, he does realize like that was a mistake. That like he should have forced. He should like.
Where you do need to be like, we need to sit down and talk about this, and that point was a long time ago.
Unfortunately, like
yeah, like
teenagers just aren't. Yeah, teenagers aren't fucking smart. They don't know how to fucking deal with their emotions anyway. So like, just fucking force them.
He does realize he needed to do this eventually. He just realizes it far, far too late when all it can do is make things worse. Like, she is no longer in a place where this is going to work. Like, okay, what it takes for Danny to notice, like, right, to notice that his daughter needs him as more than just, like, we talk for 5 seconds in the morning and eat breakfast silently. The thing that, like, it's not until, like, okay, the hospital, right? She spent a week in the hospital after the fucking locker, and that wasn't enough to get him to be a fucking father again. Not until she comes home with a concussion after she's been out doing God knows what with God knows who. That's when he's like, that's when he fucking finally goes, oh, I don't know my own daughter anymore. I mean, he thinks that before then, right? Like he realizes they've become estranged. That's the first time he actually, like, reaches out, right? He goes and makes the cookies. It's a little gesture, but it's something. And then they go to the mall together to get some stuff for school, right? And the whole thing with Emma happens, right? With Emma and Shadowstalker happens. And finally, Taylor tells him what's been going on. Like almost 4 months after, being fucking hospitalized by the bullying. Right? It takes 4 months for her to open up about it on her own after she punched her former best friend out in front of you.
I mean, I think like he actually has done that. He has reached out to her and stuff. I think like, but Taylor lies about it anyway. And like, he sort of asks her and stuff, and he puts like an emotional filter on a lot of it. But he does reach out to her. She just, I think it was like evident in like chapter 1, like the fucking interlude, that he is like doing something. But like, there's like, he's not he's not prepared to be a single parent of a teenage girl.
Interlude 1. What he actually does, what we see him do, is notice that Taylor has come in at 3 in the morning, and think about talking to her and not do it. That's what we see, right? We don't we don't see them really communicating until arc 5.
Well, he does after he notices that Taylor has been out and comes home very late. He does try to speak with her, like on the next day, but she shuts him off. So he is slowly starting to realize he has to reach out to her. But every time, like it's not as if he's doing what he should be doing. But when he tries, Taylor does not make it easier for him.
You're right that he does try before the concussion, but at the same time, it's like, oh, now you're trying.
Yeah, he's not prepared.
What I think influences the way he acts is that the interlude 1 goes in depth about how he has these anger issues that he always struggled with, and so I feel that with his relationship with Taylor, he always comes out as a bit too meek, too trying to respect her space. Yeah, out of a fear of like hurting her. You know, he's like overcompensating, like how much he should respect her space, how much he should let her deal with things on her own time. And yeah, like what I really like about Dan is that he's never an abusive parent.
Yeah, he's not abusive. Yeah, he's just realistically incompetent.
Yeah, he's a guy who makes mistakes, and that makes him sympathetic. Like even when Taylor leaves in this chapter, like she still says "I love you," and it feels genuine. So
yeah,
it's not just that
it's a good relationship.
Yeah, it's not just that he commits mistake, is that they are both coming from like this wounded place of having lost Annette, and then everything that happened with Taylor like being bullied, that's what started pushing her more away from her dad. And so like he is too scared of this anger, this violence inside him, so he lacks the courage to reach out. And Taylor is constantly trying to flee. That's the main thing she does. So like none of them are trying to reach out to the other. But like Danny has that responsibility, but the reasons put in place for why he does not are so like endearing that it's really hard to blame him.
Yeah, I understand how he feels, and even if he's not going about it the right way, like I understand both sides. You know, like why both characters are acting the way they are.
Yeah, it's like once he has something he can do with, like something he can do. Once Taylor, comes out and tells him it's been Emma the whole time, right? He fucking, that's when the righteous rage kicks in. He does care, right? He does have the instinct. It's just that, like, he just can't make the first move.
Yeah.
Right? He just can't close the distance, really.
Annette walked up to him and said, "Hey, what's a boy like you doing in a place like this?" And then he blushed, and that's how they met.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know what that's a reference to.
Oh, I mean, it's just like a common, fucking thing. It's like, what's a girl like you doing in a place like this?
Oh, I see.
So it's like role reversed, gender reversed.
There is a part that stands out to me here where Danny is talking about how they discussed allowing Taylor to skip a year in school.
Yes.
And he says, "You're a smart girl. And we were afraid you were bored in school. We had arguments on the subject. I convinced your mom you would be happier in the long run attending high school with your best friend." I coughed out a laugh. Then I saw the wounded look on his face. She just did to him the same thing that Alan did in the school meeting.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, but God, imagine knowing that in hindsight.
Yeah. Like, knowing he is kind of to blame for it, And even though we constantly see him like talking about this violence that he wants to keep under control, when they were in the meeting with the school staff, it was Taylor who was like crashing out.
Oh, yeah.
It was not him.
Inherited that from him.
Yeah.
He's so afraid of his own potential for violence that he's inert. He's too afraid that he'll lash out in anger to act.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
This is also like a great place for this moment to happen in the story, because there being no simple solutions is a big thing in Worm, and we see that happening in multiple scales, and here we are seeing it happen in like the most personal, intimate way, where you understand both sides. You can't fully blame either of them, but you understand why both of them are doing the things that hurt one another. So it is like bringing attention to this idea that there are no simple solutions to conflicts, and we are going to see where that goes aside from the personal going forward.
And of course, he's locked her in the kitchen and in a little room with no escape.
Yeah, that was definitely the wrong choice. Like, there was no reason to physically lock her there.
Not the move. But think about, what is that going to remind Taylor of?
Yeah, being trapped when fleeing is the thing she has always been doing. Like when she got trapped in the locker, she describes it as saying,
"Yep,
my mind went somewhere else and found the bugs there." So her trauma is like her response to trauma is fleeing. She has constantly been doing that.
Is to get the fuck out of there. Is to run, to escape. I would like to bring up again how horribly ironic it is that the safest place for her in school was a little tiny bathroom cubicle.
Yeah.
Locking herself into a little box. A little filthy box.
Then turned out to not be that safe anyways.
Yep.
Yeah. Even though it is absolutely the wrong thing to do for like Danny trying to salvage this situation to lock her. At the same time, when she says she just wants to like collect her thoughts and then they can talk in the morning, we know she's not being honest. We know she's not going to do that.
We know she's not. I just want to go to the bathroom. Yeah, right. It's like, yeah, we know, Danny knows that like she's not gonna come back to talk about this.
Yeah, we understand it even better than he does.
Oh yeah,
because of like the trigger event and the desire to escape there. So
like her bugs are going fucking crazy because of this.
Yeah.
Well, any more considerations about 2-9? Not 6-9.
Not on my end.
Yeah, I think it's everything I needed to.
I think I've got it out.
It's a very good chapter, and it really feels like the end of like this first part of Worm. Like the real Worm starts now.
Yeah.
Although, actually, there is one more thing I want to note with the whole relationship between Danny and Taylor, and I don't remember where it's mentioned before this, but it's mentioned at least once before this that Taylor was always a lot closer with her mother, right? Like she wasn't close with Danny to begin with.
I don't think that was the exact wording, but I could be wrong.
She was
like, that's not exactly like, like an indictment on like one parent or the other. That's just what happens. Some people are literally just born and they're just like, oh, like, yeah, like fucking daddy's girl, mama's boy.
She was closer with her mom, so her dad sucked. No, like it's a like the parent she was close with is dead, and so now they've got like the skeleton. All that's left is the skeleton of a relationship with a man who cannot handle it. That's what she's been dealing with.
Yeah.
Ever since, pretty much.
What if Danny figured out the supervillain stuff, and then like grabbed a baseball bat and just started like fighting supervillains and stuff, and like defending and saving Taylor.
Oh my god.
That would be cool.
It would be cool.
It would be cool, but
Well, it's a shame because Taylor has a new, cooler dad now.
yeah.
Greg?
Coil.
Brian?
Greg.
Oh. Yeah, Greg.
It's Greg.
It's 4 a.m. I am fucking.
Well-
I'm dead. I don't have anything to say. I have no
No.
funnies. There's nothing funny left.
Well, we have one more. thing
Yeah,
to
and
cover. Can you-
it's a big one.
Oh god. Yeah, the 46th
yeah.
longest chapter in Worm.
Oh
yeah,
fuck!
the fucking interlude.
Well, here's how.
God, there's an interlude.
Quick. Let's do this quick.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
sure.
not quick, but
Not
I don't.
quick, like quicker.
Yeah, I don't have a summary, so I'm just going to describe what happened. I'm just going to wing it, and then we can talk about it in sections because it kind of has like a couple of different sections. So we start in a completely new character who has not even been mentioned so far, who is Paige, stage name / cape name Canary, and we see her being sent to the birdcage after she used her power on her ex-boyfriend. Her power is that when she's singing, she heightens people's emotions and can apparently manipulate them to some extent. And what
influence some degree. Yeah.
she just like influences them, but can't actually control them. So there is
Stage name thing. Sorry.
yeah, she like there is quite a lot of talking about how like they have to consider how different it is now that they need to pass on laws on parahuman abilities being used, and you see a little bit of like the struggle of normal people like having to deal with the rogues basically from this perspective. What happened is that after a concert was over, her ex-boyfriend walked up to her on the backstage, said she owed him money because he was the one who pushed her to go on stage and start singing. So she tells him to fuck himself. And
and he sure does.
And presumably it's not like said in those terms, but what we understand is that he tried to or actually cut his dick off.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cut his dick off and shoved it up his ass.
So, terrifying to
More
imagine.
dick violence.
Yeah, to imagine like what can happen to you as a normal person just existing in a world where people can do this to you if they don't want to.
This isn't even something like this is someone like just fucking up.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like the scene in Code Geass where Lelouch is like, so for example, if I told you to kill all the 11, kill all the Japanese, and then she like it fucking activates by accident and like she goes out and starts killing all the Japanese. Yeah. That was like the dumbest fucking scene ever. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that but good.
Yeah.
Well, almost, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, go fuck yourself. And he takes it far too literally.
Yeah. And so we, after hearing about the birdcage for a long time, we now see someone going there, and she ends up in a vehicle with Bakuda and Lung. I really like that the perspective is neither Bakuda nor Lung. I just think like, I don't know if Canary was a planned character, but if we told this just from Lung and Bakuda's perspective, it would be the same information, but it would be a much weaker story. And what the interludes are good at are being like short stories, basically. They're almost structured like that. So this gives like you, much like Gregor the Snail, this gives you a character that you can care about in a very fast way. The way she thinks about things and focuses on is like different from the way Taylor thinks. It's very evident that he's taking that into consideration when writing this chapter. And what happens through a very long and very detailed scene that I think works much better than the previous very long and detailed scene of assembling furniture is that Bakuda's power is so ridiculous that she just understands how to make bombs, even if she doesn't really know what she's working with. So she just starts like fabricating a bomb with her collar.
With her fucking teeth.
Yeah, with her fucking
they're
teeth.
all covered in foam. They're all like big old foam eggs with only their heads sticking out.
It's like grabbing shit with her teeth and sticking in her shoulder and hot.
And as I said in our chat, I like how much drool there is on this. And through it all, Bakuda is being very, very aggressive towards Paige. And before we get the next scene break, and then we can say whatever we have to say, she fails to make the bomb, and we meet Dragon.
She does make the bomb. She does make the
bomb.
bomb.
Oh yeah,
everybody's favorite character, Dragon.
Yeah,
my favorite.
It is a lot of people's favorite character. Yeah, she does make the bomb, but there's no one there.
Yeah.
It's just like this giant place, so big you can't even see the walls.
Yeah.
It's like a architecture made to make you feel small and insignificant.
So far, the birdcage doesn't seem that bad.
Well, you gotta remember, Dragon does say the prison is run by the inmates.
Yeah. And they made a hole from the male side to the female side, and one of the cell blocks is like a brothel.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, you're here with all of the worst parahuman criminals they could get in there without killing them.
Yeah, that's like cool. I mean, that's like better than like a Shida no Joe place where like it's just a bunch of dudes who kick the shit out of you. I don't know.
Okay, this is
if you had like a
kick
problem,
the shit out of you and also do unimaginably horrible things to you. This is like,
I mean, we'll see it later.
Yeah.
And this is our introduction to the birdcage.
It's the first time
we does mention like there's a lot of things that can kill you in there.
Yeah.
It's been brought up a lot, but it's the first time we've like actually been there.
So one thing I have to say.
Yeah.
So it starts with a whole trial, and I am annoyed at whoever gave Wildbow the excuse of using a setting where people talk a lot in order to do a massive info dump.
Yeah.
Well, why is that a bad thing?
It's just so fucking much.
I mean, it works here, though, is the thing. Like,
yeah, like the issue with like poorly done exposition is that it generally doesn't make sense to be there, but here it has a very obvious reason to be there, and it's a very short scene.
Yeah, it's also just like the complete like over restraints.
Yeah,
the restraints are so overdone. Like she's been absolutely railroaded, right? She's convicted of assault with a parahuman power and sexual assault with the parahuman power, and it's like, yep, you're a rapist now. Sorry.
I just don't feel like it needed this much. Like it didn't need to be this long, you know. Like I feel like all the information that they give here could be compressed a little bit.
Yeah, but then it won't fit the scene.
Yeah,
because first, like, we don't know this character. It's better that we are getting this through the scene than just having her think about it later. And also, how do I explain this? Basically, the whole thing in this interlude is about how powerless Paige is. About how she's way out of her depth and not for her own fault. Unlike Taylor, she has not pulled herself in by being dumb. She's just a casualty. So, in order to create the effect of her powerlessness, we need to show like that happening. Because here it's not just the power failing her, it's the system failing her as well. So, if I don't agree that this could be shorter, and I don't even think it is long. I think it is. The fact it just skips to the conclusion, like it's rushing through it.
It could be shorter, but it shouldn't be.
It's like 7 paragraphs long.
Yeah, but
That's not.
It's 7 paragraphs of very pertinent information about the character.
Very
honestly,
dense.
I could
Like, there's
skip
a
this
lot.
entire trial personally. I don't think this information is that crucial.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea to have like this whole system of like let's show somebody being convicted, let's show them being sent, and let's see them like the life inside the prison. I think that's like good, but also this could probably be saved for like later, and like if Taylor actually does end up being sent to the birdcage, this will be like information that's like redundant, maybe.
Yeah, but that's not like fair criticism because it's an assumption.
Yeah, of course it's an assumption. I haven't read it before. That's what I'm saying. It's that like, you know, if this could be like completely redundant information, but like I think this is necessary. I want to see like like how is are the trials different? A little bit. They're a little bit different. How are they transported? Okay, well now we know a little bit. What is it like inside? Okay, yeah. But like if this is something that's going to come back later, then it might end up being redundant. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, got it.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't bother me at all if it just started with the transport chapter. Like, I don't know, like just the whole information of society is adjusting to like parahuman crimes, using like their power to commit crimes. I don't know. I think it's information I can deduce myself. Don't necessarily need that told to me straight up.
Well,
yeah, there's nothing about the trial that's like specifically like that I couldn't of like that's like a world building detail that I'm like, oh wow, that is interesting. It's like no, that makes sense.
no, there like you can
It's kinda
absolutely like understand that like society would be going through this, but if the story is going out of its way to tell this to you, then like it's not just about deducing the information, it's about like punctuating everything we've seen so far of all of these criticisms that Taylor has of the system, and it's showing a side of it that Taylor herself like can't see. Generally, why you have like interludes or prologues in a story is to like show information that the main character for some reason cannot interact with. That's not the only reason, but it's generally, and so it's there to like bring focus to an idea. I don't see how skipping to her on the way and have just her telling us about what happens. I don't see how that would like make it better by just making it shorter, because then it becomes like if the intent was to just like, oh yeah, by the way, here's this thing that happens, then yes, but the fact that it is the first thing we see in the interlude is telling me that that is not the intent. Also, like to see we saw we heard about the birdcage. The people we know who are going to the birdcage, we see that like they deserve it. They are Bakuda and and it's Lung. But we see like it from the perspective of someone who does not deserve it. It's like it's using like the idea of like collateral damage that we weren't really invited to consider because we're seeing everything through Taylor's perspective. And with it there is also the like the looming threat that this might happen to the people we know. So like the clearer you make it, the more you show ways that they could end up there. I just think it adds to everything that the interlude is showing, especially considering that like if this interlude is practically a short story, then yeah, I think it's smart to create as much information on it as possible, because we are not going to be seeing this person or this place in the main story a lot, because we know the story is happening in a faraway place.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I can see where you're coming from, but at the same time, as a reader, I feel I got very little from this. Like, sure, I guess I can understand the intent of showing of showing this character's perspective, showing a side of society that you can usually show in the main story. I just don't think it adds much to my experience reading it. I feel like it's just something that like it's trying to give some information that doesn't really translate very well into like like the scene that is written. Maybe it's just personal preference. I don't know.
Could be. Could also
Anyway,
just
it's
be
not
my
a huge issue, not
could,
like
could just be my perspective as someone who has read the story and understands better why this is here.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good when I read it the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that.
I mean, everything after is good.
First time. It might just be a difference in taste.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Completely possible.
I think it's fine to brush it off to that because
See, Monster Go Mondays, that's the subjectivity podcast. This is the objectivity podcast. There's only an objective truth, which is that Worm sucks, and we're right, and you lose.
One objective that I is right.
You cannot pull the Worm sucks shit on me after every week saying, "Oh, this one's better than the previous one."
I mean, it's better, still bad.
There's literally no proof of that because it's not uploaded.
Well, anyway, Dragon's there, yeah. Lung fucking kills Bakuda?
Yeah.
Does he?
He does.
It's kind of left ambiguous.
Nah.
Look, either Bakuda is dead or both of them are dead.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
So one way or another, Bakuda is dead.
Yeah, she's not surviving.
But what?
We get some name drops. We get
a lot of
we get Lustron. We get Marquis, and we have Glashtigwayne.
Marquis, who's totally Norwegian's dad.
Yeah, how the fuck do you pronounce the funny Celtic name?
Glashtigwayne.
Is it? Is that it?
Glashtigwayne is, yeah, correct.
Glashtigwayne.
I fucking love this name.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I would say it every day of my life.
It is a good name. It did rank it pretty high.
I also like Dragon being like the different way that she treats everyone. Like when it comes to Canary, she's like, "Hi, Canary," and goes as far as saying that like, "I don't agree with you being here, but I'm taking orders."
Yeah, the whole scene with Dragon, I could imagine very much animated like a Trigger anime. I guess kind of like Dead Leaves, Proto Trigger. Then being carried as like these big old foam eggs and like this big like screen showing up. Like when she's describing the bird cage, it's just dialogue, but I can imagine if this was an animation show like some little cartoons of people getting horribly murdered trying to escape.
Yeah. Impel down.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
But yeah, the whole sequence of Bakuda and the whole truck sequence is fantastic.
Yeah.
I will say about the truck sequence, I find it very hard to visualize what Bakuda is doing after a point. It's just like, okay, she's making something. Sure.
Yeah, it is hard because it's also using like this like color thing that doesn't exist, so you can just imagine it.
Yeah. They're just making a thing. It's Bakuda. You know how she makes things.
There's metal strips, she's twisting them together, she's using Lung as a fucking furnace.
He did not like that. He did not like being called an eunuch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, eunuch.
She did do that. But yeah, just fucking grabbing everything with her teeth, burning herself, jamming shit into her shoulder. Once again, hot.
Yeah, very hot.
You're better not gonna see any more of her, apparently.
I
so sad.
Yeah.
No, and why would he want to?
I
mean, she is hot.
Look, she is hot, but also putting bombs in my brain, not for me.
Nah.
Also, I'm not Asian shit, she probably wouldn't date me anyway. But you know, like also
I
it
mean,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, like
I still would think so.
even Lung, who is half Japanese, half Chinese, she calls a half breed. So yeah, she's racist too. She's even more racist than Lung.
But as Canary notices, you know, right? There are some hints that you know that her other half is right, one Japanese parent, one Western parent.
Yeah, because of the accent.
Asian Lung, which yeah, like I'm not really sure. I'm not really certain if it's her being super racist or just trying to make Lung as angry as possible.
Well, the way she says that she was doing that to get his power working sounds like an excuse.
It does.
Yeah,
but
she took the opportunity that
yeah.
we're gonna. I need him to use his power. I might as well also insult him.
Yeah,
I fucking hate this guy. No, like I hate this guy, and I need to piss him off for his power to work.
Yeah, because she doesn't just say that she did that. Specifically, she stammers. She says, "I ... I insulted you to get your power going, comma, you know." She's squeaked. So there's a lot of uncertainty there. To me, that indicates she was not thinking about it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like once again, the bird cage is inside the mountain, and the crust of the mountain, let's say, is covered in foam.
A lot of foam.
So the foam is important.
Full of foam, rather.
Yeah, full of foam. If you break that, a lot of foam is gonna come out. Here they could explain the foam. They could explain here.
Yeah. Especially being like
in the middle of the action.
Yeah, especially because like it was Dragon's creation, so it makes more sense to explain it here.
Yeah, I mean, also, okay, looking at the bit where she actually insults him, like she insults him, he fucking roars at her, and she goes pissed off. Good, use it, heat the metal. It can be both things.
Yeah, she couldn't just have noticed like a way of using it, or she could have sneaked a little truth in there.
Yeah.
And the Lung is there, well, I would have overlooked that if it had worked, but you failed. And it's like, my guy, you also failed. What are you talking about?
So
no,
true.
But he's the boss.
He's the boss. And look, he has to prove that he's willing to kill, and he's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah. And like Bakuda talks about how ridiculously powerful that bomb was.
Oh yeah, it could like blow 1/5 of the country or something.
1/5 of the US, yeah. And it's like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Me when I set off the ultra move. There's also a fun detail with okay, so dragging us off the whole spiel for Lung. Yes, right. Oh yeah, I don't think this is. I'm not sure this is actually the first time we get the the power rating, like the power.
Oh yeah, it is.
I think it is the first time.
I noticed that.
I think like brute is. I think the word brute is used in the explanation of the confoam earlier.
Oh.
And I mean, obviously, like Tinker and Thinker.
Yeah, Tinker's the only one I remember.
I think Thinker's shown up.
Yeah.
No, but like the categorization, like numbers are the first time.
Yes, this is definitely the first time for the numbers. Yeah, like Brute and Blaster, and like there's a system here. Like Brute 4 to 9, Blaster 2 to 6, asterisk.
Yeah, no idea what that means.
Well, it's because he ramps up.
Yeah, when you go into like the wiki, there's like a lot of classifications and a lot of them that like characters theorize, and they're all nonsense to me. None of them tell me anything.
And yeah, finally got more classifications of the powers instead of just Tinker.
Yeah, I mean, this whole system is explained eventually.
It is.
Do you think there's like an in-universe?
It being stupid. it being stupid is a feature, not a bug.
Do you think there's like an in-universe podcast in which like two people review all of the capes and put them in like sort them by like wife tier, sex tier, not adult tier, like in those categories as we're speaking about categories.
A villain sees you put them in one of the in like in
Bitch,
bottom
Bob.
tier and
Put a
comes
bitch bottom
like,
tier.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
We're like, oh, Arms Master, oh yeah, wife tier.
Oh yeah, wife tier, yeah.
Arms Master
There's
is
no
wife.
husband tier. There's no husband tier, there's just wife tier. Arms Master wife, Glory Girl sex, Bakuda's wife, nah sex.
Wife?
Yeah, wife, yeah.
I don't know about that. Just gonna
Are
put
we
a
going to
bomb in
have
your
to make
brain.
another worm tier list?
Oh god.
boy.
Yeah.
No.
I smasher.
Our categories.
I smasher
Smasher
pass.
Smash your pass. Number man, wife.
Yeah, okay. Don't even know anything about Number Man, but yeah.
I mean,
like
it
the
has
girls,
money.
Panacea wife. I think, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we get some more. Yeah, it's Dragon. Prisoner 600, codename Bakuda. PRT powers designation Tinker 6 with bomb specialty. Recommended protocols were not properly carried out. Just
Yeah.
like
supposed
it's
to
like-
be in an S-class containment truck.
yeah, that's the first time that's come up too, isn't it?
She's more dangerous than Lung.
Yeah,
Her chance of escape is like higher than the lungs.
much higher. Well, at least nothing came of it.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dragon.
Yeah, that is part of what made me think so much of like Triggered is just magic screen. Fuck you, Dragon! With like the big deformed animation. It's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a fun little detail where Paige is like trying to place the accent before she realizes it's Dragon.
Yeah.
And then she realized, and then she put some things together and was like, oh, it's a Newfoundland accent. You don't hear a lot of those these days.
I wonder
Not
if
an accent
that
one heard
means
very
something.
often these days. Which, interesting.
Curious detail to put in there, isn't it?
Wonder what that's about.
I have no idea.
Oh, I guess.
Bakuda's fantastic line. Look, this place is amazing. I thought it would suck, but it's like being inside the fucking Mona Lisa of architecture.
Genius shit.
She wasn't lying. I do not care about this. Lung interrupted her breathless ranting.
The second time this happens.
Yeah.
The region before just like, I don't care about this. No offense, just stupid.
Yeah, that's why Bakuda's wife. She's she's like a nerd. She's like
she's an otaku.
Yeah, she's an otaku. Yeah, she talk about nerd shit. She has like a big old whiteboard and like explains like a bunch of different stuff about architecture. And I'm like, man, I'd eat her pussy.
Okay, I could see that. Alta, I don't know. Putting the whole bomb thing still.
Look, you can try to eat her pussy.
There's a bomb in it.
Yeah. There's a bomb in it.
It's like, oh fuck, I forgot to bring a condom. Oh, don't worry, I can whip this one up, but you better be fast because it's gonna explode.
Or you can explode into her.
Turns out you were the bomb all along.
Yeah.
It's the bombdom.
Her favorite bomb is the love bombing you give her every day.
It's, oh, you didn't bring a condom. That's fine. I have a bomb condom.
If I don't like the sex, you're gonna be stuck in time for 100 years. In this position, with your pants down.
You're number 51.
Does she ever say bon voyage?
No.
No.
Damn.
That's the guy from The Incredibles.
Yeah, Wildbow's so fucking stupid. Holy shit. He's like actually stupid. He should. The one thing he could have done with Bakda is have her say that.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing that makes him stupid. I mean, how long did I spend ranting about the stone concrete thing?
Yeah, he just fucking fucks it up at the 99th yard line every time.
Every time.
He really does.
Oh god.
Yeah, we are fully into war. We have a lot of important players. We have a lot of stuff set up for the future. Almost all of it is going to be important. We are finally doing it. We are here. The story has started.
And
I sure hope nothing bad happens in the next 2 arcs.
Hope nothing
finally, the story starts. Why it takes so long?
Yep. Next arc exists.
I noticed that it's quite a bit bigger than not a lot bigger in word count, but a little bit bigger than this one. And
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what arc 7 is about.
What's the name? It's Buzz.
Buzz Lightyear.
It's when like she finds a super a parahuman with power to bring like movie characters to life, and then she has to fight Buzz Lightyear.
It starts with an E.
No, I remember that, but I don't remember what happens.
Oh, yeah, it's
ejaculation?
Emasculation?
Emasculation, always a safe bet.
Elephant.
Ellen.
Sure, let's go with that.
Am I in one? I hope not.
You could be.
You could be.
No. Turns out that I was quite well along, sorry.
If Worm was written today, there would be like a parahuman who is a VTuber.
Oh god.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, her power is that like she's a VTuber, but in real life you can only be a PNG tuber. That's the rule back.
In real life she's like Paper Mario over the place.
Well, comment down below who was the brain, who was the worm, and what the fuck are the other two. We are done with arc 6.
Straight. I was like, the worm is crawling through me on the way to the brain.
Crawling in my skin.
Country roads, take me home to a place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, country roads.
Country roads.